What's going on with that PPP? You done a lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3, but you all got it all getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we're talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cardstock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt. Cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruined the hobby I love with the bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Did you dip me out? I think you dipped you out. What you talking about? I don't think you did. Yeah, we still shake shit like a GOBs, like it's wholesale thing with the mid-FTs. Taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay. He's getting money even better, tax-free. Loving all stimulus for PPP. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson.
Just play them all. I need to play them all. Play the other one.
What's going on? That
And the OG.
you've done a lot of talking, not a lot to see.
This is like the warm-up band.
Millions like 2.3, but Jeff got it all, getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we talking about stock. What you talking about, men printed on cardstock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt. Cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson.
Hey, see if you can find that AVN link.
I got. Oh yeah, that's right.
It's like,
hold on.
like AVN
Okay.
Sports Car Radio.
Okay.
Now be careful about putting it on the screen.
What you talking about? I don't think you did yet. Well, he's doing shady shit like a GOBs, like his whole fail thing with the mid-FTs. Taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay. He's getting money even better, tax-free. Loving all the stimulus from PPP. Cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson.
B-side on the beat.
What's going on with that PPP? You done a lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3, but Jeff got it all, getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cardstock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt. Cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Did you dip, Jeff? I think you dipped, Jeff. What you talking about? I don't think you dipped yet. Willie's doing shady shit like the GOBs, like his whole failed thing with them NFTs. Taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay. He's getting money. Even better, tax-free. Loving all the stimulus from PPP. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson, you ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, you ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, you ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit.
What is going on, everybody? Hopefully, you guys are doing well out there. That is right. We are motherfucking back here on Sports Card Radio. We've got a big show planned for you today. And it's just fitting, Ryan, that we have one of the biggest raids and one of the biggest stories to hit the sports collectibles market all year. Timed perfectly, almost like we had this planned. Just teed up, Ryan. Like we knew what was going to happen in advance. We knew the FBI was going to raid. We knew that every single company in the industry was going to be uncovered, exposed on the day we return to the live stream. We are talking about TriStar, JSA, Fanatics, Steiner, Fanatics, Panini, Tom Brady, Kobe Bryant. Virtually every autograph on the market is likely fake. If you did not see Luka Doncic put down the chicken wing to sign your jersey, then chances are it's probably fake. We've got a lot to talk about. Several weeks and months have passed since we last joined you. We've had many influencers crowd the Javits Center just a couple of weeks ago. And we saw very clearly, Ryan, there was a separation between the haves and the have-nots as it relates to the influencers. You have the second-tier influencer here in the hobby. Many people look around this hobby and they think Card Collector 2 is big. They think Sports Card Investor is big. The only thing big about Jeff Wilson is the fact that he got not one, but two PPP loans for over $2 million. That's what's big. And the square foot that is being wasted at Cards HQ on a failing card shop is also a big deal. But those guys are little fish. You've got Livy Dunn. You've got Aiden Ross. You've got these streamers that I've never even heard of, but they've got millions of people following their every move. Those are the top tier influencers. And those are the ones that got catered to while the rest of the second tier citizens had to come in through the regular doors like everybody else. We've got a lot to talk about, but maybe the most important development, Ryan, over the past 6 months since we last joined you in the beautiful city of Las Vegas, Nevada, which I'll just happen to be at in just a couple of days in a penthouse, by the way. We'll be in the penthouse. But Ryan,
maybe I'll find him.
Out of all of this, Luka Doncic getting traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, we were sitting courtside at a Clippers game. All of that pales in comparison to the hundreds and thousands of dollars you've been making selling tickets. And Mr. Tim Kim in the background still sitting on 4.2% equity in Sports Card Radio, but that's nothing compared to the gains that he's seeing in his crypto portfolio. Guys, none of that.
Stock portfolio.
Oh, even better. Guys, none of that compares to the fact that just in the last 7 days, Sports Card Radio has been featured in the premier publication covering adult films, and Sports Card Radio is the longest running, most documented sports card podcast. It is one of the longest running. In fact, it probably is the longest running independently owned website that has just 3 owners. It has been around the longest, has thousands of articles, and even to this day gets thousands and thousands of visitors every single month. For all the accomplishments that we have achieved in this hobby, the multiple lawsuits, the lawsuit threats, the influencer saying that they're going to sue us, the death threats that we have received, The FBI may or may not have contacted us in the past. The fact that we've buried people in this hobby, going back to the Cardboard Connection CEO, to the PWCC founder, having to sell his business for just a single dollar, and at the same time, losing his marriage. Among all of the accomplishments that we have achieved over here at Sports Card Radio, Ryan, I think we join you at a critical time and a monumental moment for Sports Card Radio. The fact that we have inspired and been featured in an adult film. That's right.
It's unbelievable.
An adult film featuring baseball cards. Card Radio was the inspiration behind that. You guys can go to your favorite adult website, search for Earmoral Productions.
Yep.
And you will see a Sports Card Radio inspired adult film. And we've been recognized by the lead actor in the film and by the industry's top source, AVN. We obviously can't show you clips from the actual film because we don't want to get demonetized and kicked off on this very monumental night. But I just want to say, with all the things going on in the hobby, the fact that Sports Card Radio inspired adult film is easily the pinnacle of our existence here in the hobby, which is now on, I can't really do math, but I think we're on our 15th or 16th year. Maybe it's longer than that. We're 11 minutes in. We've played a few songs. I've been the only one talking. We are joined, as always, by the entire crew over here at Sports Card Radio. Mr. Tim Kim, sitting on 4.2% equity, and after that adult film premiered, it probably went up in value by quite a bit. And there he is, breaking bread. We will be at the Burbank Card Show next month. At least I will be. And we are joined, obviously, by Ryan as well. How we doing?
Yeah, I think you should just keep going. I'm just here. I'm just here to listen to you. Yeah,
we are here at the West Coast Card Show. Are you going to show up to this, Ryan, or do you got tickets to sell? And 21-year-old.
Well, I have an update. Oh yeah, we got updates on the female situation. Maybe we'll save that for later in the show. I don't know. I mean, this is probably going to be coming off some huge weeks for me, so we'll see what my situation is. But I don't want to be I honestly don't want to be walking around a hall full of sweaty men when the NFL season is about a week away. So I might come down to LA, and I will be in the lovely area of Bel Air, California, September 8th through the 30th. So clear your calendars if you want to come hang out at the Bel Air house. But I don't know if I'm going to be here or not, but I think we do have a table.
We have a table. I'll be there. I will be there.
I think we should just run the porno. Just run. Can we say that on YouTube? I think we should just run the adult film that we got put in over and over and over.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Something for the kids. Something for the kids.
Corn film.
There you go.
There we go.
Something for the kids. But yeah,
Ryan,
I'll be down there and maybe go to dinner.
We've got a lot to talk about.
We do.
Apparently, every autograph that's ever existed with a COA is likely fake. And we'll harpen back on something that we've stressed here on the show. And Ryan, your favorite influencer doesn't tell you this. You tune in to, doesn't matter who it is. You guys can all just plug in name, favorite influencer. They don't ever tell you this. But Ryan, if you didn't see the guy sign the jersey, it's fake. If you didn't see the guy sign the card, it doesn't matter if it has an Upper Deck COA, Steiner COA, TriStar COA, Fanatic COA, player issued COA. If you didn't see the guy sign it, it's fake. Correct. And that should just make collecting and organizing your collection even easier. And this doesn't matter if it's on a quote license card or a football or a piece of memorabilia, or if you didn't see the guy sign it, it's fake. And we got emphasis and clarity on that, it appears, and maybe some tragic clarity on this. As somebody that was deep in the game of faking autographs, authentication appears to have paid the ultimate price for doing that. But before he went out, he threw a lot of people under the bus, including everybody's favorite companies. Ryan, do you want to take the story from here, considering I know very little about this?
I mean, this stuff just broke, I believe, yesterday afternoon. Since the hobby doesn't police itself, it has to wait for a fucking FBI raid. You know, if you report on fake autographs, side tangent, if you report on fake autographs, if you make videos about it, you're called negative. Oh, you're hurting the industry. Well, this is what happens. And we'll actually hear from the forger and what he thinks about all you little fucking pussies in this industry here at the end of this 4-page, basically what is essentially a suicide note. So I do believe it was confirmed today that this was the dude that died. Mr. Man Cave, I guess that's his store name, sold over 4 million fake items, $350 million in sales, he says. When Kobe died, they counterfeited 80,000 items, sold 500,000 counterfeit Panini items. He would apparently like hack into the database of Fanatics, JSA, Steiner, create his own holograms that were then authentic. He had an auto pen that he would sit 8 hours a day like Dak Prescott and practice the signatures. If it was Aaron Judge, if it was Mahomes, the aforementioned Kobe, Tom Brady. The companies did nothing to try to stop this because they're a bunch of fucking losers. TriStar, Steiner, JSA, Panini, Fanatics, Beckett. He says he could forge any autograph and get it to pass a COA, or he could just make his own hologram or COA. This was his kind of life calling. He said, I was addicted. It was a rush. I wanted out, but the money was too good. I can make 100,000 in a week if I wanted to. Here's my favorite line, the whole thing. The fact that not one dealer that knew what we were doing to the industry, or when I took their exclusive, no one ever picked up the phone to confront me. That baffles me. This guy got raided by the FBI again because the hobby can't police itself. And I believe he ended up being found dead by apparent suicide. Probably just got demonetized right there. Somewhere in Indiana. He says that not one dealer confronting him that baffles him. That does not baffle me one bit. Because if you try to do a video about fake autographs, and it'll be like all these little fucking gremlins in there being like, oh, why are you talking about that? Oh, why are you being negative? Oh, you don't like cards? Bunch of fucking losers and pussies. All the authentication companies, bunch of losers and fucking pussies. Steve Grad, shut the fuck up. You're a piece of shit. Fanatics, PSA, JSA, Steiner, I think they're fucking out of business. TriStar. None of these guys give a fuck about you. Did they? Those companies knew what was going on. Did they ever alert the public? Did they ever alert the collector base? This had to play out on like back alley fucking Facebook groups. Autographs 101 that probably had like fucking 50 people in the group. If this guy made so much money, I don't know why he killed himself. Bro, get yourself a good lawyer and fucking bail out. Like fucking, I mean, goddamn. We got everybody in the Epstein fucking thing getting off scot-free. This dude could have spent like 2 years in federal prison and fucking gotten out in like fucking 18 months. The fuck you doing killing yourself, bro, if you made $350 million? So we may never know the whole story, but my guess is even if this is fucking probably 50% true, I guarantee when Kobe died, there was 80,000 fake items that got auto-penned onto the market. Well, we got the National in what, 2 weeks? All that shit will be fake. There's going to be tables and tables of fake shit that they're going to try to dump off. All this shit is now going to get dumped off onto the market. And oh, we can't report on it because it's negative. So now all this kind of fake shit that didn't get seized by the FBI, it's all going to get dumped to unsuspecting buyers and new people. And years down the line, maybe we'll find out that those items are fake. PSA is a joke. All these authentication companies are a joke. Complete joke. And this hobby looks at them like they're fucking some kind of pillars of industry. These guys literally look at this shit for like 5 seconds, shake a magic 8-ball, and decide if it's authentic or not. They get your card into grade, and same thing. 7, 8, 9, or 10. And yet PSA and all these fucking JSA and all these companies are propped up on a fucking pedestal by these loser micro influencers. But what are your thoughts? Curious to hear what you think about this. Mr. Brett Lemieux going off, I think somebody said in the comments, going out with a bang. Certainly did. Little Facebook post, little middle finger, and then a little shotgun blast. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think maybe take a step back and you know, like I'm kind of hearing this story for the very first time. So it sounds like this guy would auto pen different types of autographs on, maybe if it's Kobe, it's on a basketball or a jersey or whatever. And then he would also,
here's a good point, Colin. It looks like he hired an artist originally, and then he turned it into an auto pen. So he kind of started, and then he kind of like kept progressing. It looks like maybe
he needed to scale up. He realized the artist wasn't going fast enough probably for him. So he was like, how do I scale this up and go? How do I dump 80,000? Since Steiner and Panini and these companies, they don't give a fuck. I might as well, you know, instead of doing 10 a day, I might as well do 1,000 a day with this auto pen thing. So it sounded like he would like auto pen this stuff, and then he would also fake the hologram or the authentication sticker or whatever that they stick on this thing. And then that would get, how would he release this into the marketplace? Would he sell it first party, or is he got people he was dumping this to? Like what were the channels in which this stuff was being sold into the market?
I might have to read through it, and maybe he talks about kind of how he distributed it. It talks about, I guess, what is this? A Mr. Man Cave sold over 4 million items. So that must be like an eBay name, maybe, or some kind of name or whatever. So maybe it was a little direct to consumer, and maybe it was a little, he was kind of wholesaling this stuff out as well. Seems like you had to, if you had to do that volume, you couldn't be the only one selling this stuff, I feel like.
Yeah. And I mean, we were at a card show maybe a few weeks ago. I didn't have a chance to walk around, so I didn't get to see a lot. But when I go to these shows, man, these tables with all these jerseys, it's like they got fake jerseys with fake signatures on them. Like, it's just like there's table, and it's nothing like, not trying to trash those dealers or whatever, but maybe I am. But like, they are literally selling fake jerseys with fake signatures on it. And now we know like the COA is fake, like everything's fake on those things. And that's why they, you know, it's like, you know, that's why you just see tables and tables of that. And then somebody brought up in the comment section, it's like, you got the National in just what, a couple of weeks from now? That's usually in August, I think, like first week of August. Where is it this year? It's in Chicago or
Rosemont.
30 minutes outside of
Rosemont, not named
Illinois
Chicago.
is probably a better way to say it. Man, you're going to see a ton of this. I mean, you were going to see a ton of this stuff already there, and now you're just obviously going to see exponentially more of it. You know, I wouldn't surprise me if the FBI's there as well. But you know, there's really no incentive for the industry to want to clean this up. Like, they don't care. That's the thing about this industry, is they're always if it's Topps and Panini, they're always chasing the next set. You know, it's whatever set is out now. I don't know what set is out now, but I bet if you go through the feed of somebody that covers the latest set, go back 3 weeks ago, it was a set. Go back a month ago, it was a different set. It's Topps Chrome Sapphire, then it's Topps Chrome this, and then it's, you know, it's like every week there is a new set that comes out. And so that's what the employees, at least in terms of their compensation and their requirements, that's what they're chasing. So they don't have any incentive to go after the industry, go after guys like this. If this stuff is making it into the marketplace, if it's not necessarily hurting their bottom line sales or their top line sales, it doesn't matter. And also what we know about these companies, there's simply really no accountability, because there's no, like, I know everybody points to Michael Rubin, but like Michael Rubin is not, like, he's not holding people accountable in this industry. And we've been around long enough that Michael Rubin is still like a, it's like a blip on the radar so far in the hobby. He's been around for such little time that his impact on the hobby is actually relatively small. But we go back before that, where you had Topps and Panini. They're still run by these idiots. But these people, they don't even hold their own employees accountable, let alone have any pride or any ability. They have the ability, but they just don't care. And so when we were on this show, Ryan, talking about, we're buying 99-cent cards, people are like, you guys are, you guys are fools. It's like, maybe it's just because we're working hard for our money over here, Ryan. And I don't want to buy an autograph of Kobe Bryant that's auto penned or fake. And maybe some of the stuff that's made it into Panini cards that we've bought in the past, or Upper Deck cards, maybe it is fake. I don't know. I didn't see him see it, so I didn't see him sign it, so I'm assuming at this point it is. But it is traded in the marketplace like it's real. But it's just one of these hobbies where the further up the ladder you go from a price perspective, I think the less and less value that you're actually getting. And I've said this numerous times on the show. A 52 mantle 5 feet away in a white box looks the exact same as a Mickey Mantle that was produced 4 days ago. There's no difference between the two. And most of the time, these cards are sitting in a box. They're sitting in a safe. They're sitting on a shelf. They're not really actively being displayed. And they really don't do anything other than just kind of sit there. And from 30 feet away, everybody's booth at the National looks pretty much the same. If it's all modern, it all looks the same. 30 feet away, it just looks like a sea of patch autographs, like flawless. And then if it's vintage, it all looks like it's, about to crumble. And it looks like someone peed on the cards or something. So it all looks the same from 20 to 30 feet away. So in my opinion, why are we going up the ladder and paying more and more and more for some of these autographs, which are clearly fake? This is not the first time the FBI has done something like this. And like you said, it's a shame that the FBI has to be the one that constantly every 3 or 4 years has to do some kind of bust or raid like this, because the industry itself should try to police it a little bit better. I understand anytime you've got high value stuff, easy to fake stuff, there's always going to be bad actors in the marketplace, but this appears to be a massive operation. And on top of that, these companies were aware it was going on. It wasn't like they were not aware of what this guy was doing. And the fact that we don't have an authentication system in place where you can have some assurances that what you are buying is, more than 0% fake is a shame in the industry. We've just been slapping holograms and doing certificate of authenticies for a long time now. We see the same thing when it comes to grading. There are fake slabs. There are slabs that get cracked open. The real card gets pulled out and a fake one gets put back in and it's resold. Or one PSA 10 has popped out, an 8 is inserted and it's sold as a 10. PSA does what it can, but seems to me there are more safeguards to be put in place for these types of things. The amount of money people are spending on this stuff, the amount of money that people pay for authentication and the amount of trust that they put into them, there's just simply not enough accountability. There are not enough people drawing attention to this other than the FBI. And then, like you said, for a year or two here on YouTube and for years on the website and in a podcast, we would bring attention to this. We would get death threats and lawsuit threats and, oh, you guys are stupid. You guys don't like the hobby.
Wait, didn't we
No.
get paid off? Didn't we get paid off? Isn't that what I heard a couple
Well,
months
I
ago?
mean-
somebody said we got paid off. Shit, where's that
I
money?
mean, wow.
Better be better than that
Maybe I
sub
spent
money.
that. Yeah,
Shit.
maybe that's gone. Yeah. It clearly wasn't a large enough check to keep us away. But yeah, I mean, I think this hobby's got some bright spots, but I wouldn't spend more than a couple of dollars on a lot of these cards. And certainly anything that has a hologram or a certificate of authenticity, I certainly would treat as a fake item. And I would do that going forward. I was doing that in the past, and I would do that going forward.
They better tamp
And,
this story under the rug, because I tell you what's about to happen is all these people are going to get fearful and sell their thing regardless if it's fake or not. These 80,000, there's going to be people, 80,000 customers of these Kobe items that if they get wind of this story, just going to hit right to the sell button or whatever, dump it off. Because
I
now
think
there's
these
a
guys
doubt
are
if
just
it's real or not.
these guys are just disillusioned. They're like, oh, my shit's not fake. You know what I
True.
mean?
True.
It's like their wife goes out at night, comes home late, her lipstick is
Correct.
all messed up, her hair's all messed up, her panties are off, and he's like, nope, she didn't cheat on me. She didn't cheat on me. I mean, that's kind of like, that's how a lot of these guys are going to operate. They're like, no,
I think you're right.
that autographed Kobe that I bought at the National off that shady dealer who had pit stains on his white t-shirt. He only accepted cash. It has to be real. Has to be real. Even though Kobe had exclusive autograph agreements for most of his career, has to be real. Has to be real. Guys will be in complete denial. Complete denial. I don't believe that anybody will think otherwise. They'll think they're, out of the 80,000 that are fake, they'll think they got the one that wasn't.
Yep.
And like you said, this guy was able to get this stuff past real authentication. So it would fake an autograph, you send it in for real authentication, and it would get marked authentic. And it just goes to the point. Why are we paying for grading? Why are we paying for authentication when they can't even do the job right? It's a shame. It's a shame. And this hobby is built for suckers, built to buy a $400 box or $5 cards. It's built for sucker influencers, Ryan, where they might get a free. What did Fanatics offer? We got like the Jeff Wilson deal at Fanatics Fest or whatever. It was like, here's a couple of tickets and, maybe a parking spot or whatever. You know what I mean? Like whatever. We didn't get if we got the Aiden Ross deal, we would have been there. Okay. You know what I mean? So this hobby is built around suckers, and Fanatics has got a ton of these guys just doing its bidding for them. They're like, oh, we'll give you a free ticket. And then you got to fly your ass to fucking New York City, where fucking one of the airports in the city is like closed. So I bet that was expensive to get into that joint. And you got to pay for your hotel. We were at Fanatics Fest last year, Ryan. Did we have a wraparound suite? Is that what we had? Can't remember.
I do. Yeah.
We
That
did
was
have a
good.
wraparound.
That was
suite.
really nice. I think you paid for that.
That came from that. We were getting paid off at the time. So that came from that check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was broke,
so,
probably. Yeah. So yeah.
probably. That's okay. I'm broke now. So, yeah, I mean, I just would love to see this hobby get cleaned up. It takes accountability. It takes people that take the rosy glasses off and just realize that everybody is out here to try to scam you in this hobby. And then then people will be held accountable, or actually create products that solve some need in the industry. Instead, we get third-tier grading company, third-tier authenticator, all those types of stuff. Ryan, isn't there a way to kind of like forensically see if these autographs are real or not?
These authenticate, they don't want to put in the money for that. Beckett authentication is the same as it was 20 years ago. They haven't put any more money into time or into technology or AI or image recognition or ink age or whatever. They don't put time into that. It's
neither is
Steve Grad.
PSA.
Yeah, it's Steve Grad who we learned from SCV Sports Cards today was taught by Bill Mastro of the tricks of the trade. And these guys walk onto Pawn Stars, or they put a BGS on their fucking shirt or whatever it is. It's like, oh, it says BGS. Oh, it says PSA DNA. And these dorks who will show up at the National just fawn over these authentication companies who don't give a fuck about you guys, clearly, because they've known about this for a long time. It takes the FBI to get involved. Why didn't we hear about this guy? He says he's been doing it for 20 years. He says you can buy a fucking auto pin on Amazon.
Yeah.
And have some overseas people, I guess, lay out the signatures for you. And then, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Judge, King Griffey Jr., Derek Jeter. That might be a hard one. Joe Montana, Kobe Bryant.
It's got to be pretty easy. Like, I've gotten into 3D printing, and it's like 3D print. It's like a 3D printer. It's like you plug the thing that you want to print in the thing, and you press print, and the thing goes. Brrr. Seems to me an auto pen would work the same way. Like, you just plug in the signature, and boom. Now, getting it on the item, having it wrap around a curve like a basketball or whatever, that might be, take a little slightly more skill. But I mean, we're, again, slightly more skill, Ryan, in the hobby is, instead of having an IQ of 20, you're at 25. Is pretty much what we're dealing with.
We're talking about pictures of men. Like, we're talking about pictures of men. This is what people are electing to consume. I mean, we are in a consumer-driven economy, and these motherfuckers are buying pictures of men and autographs of men. Come on, these guys are fucking retarded.
I wouldn't necessarily, like, if you want to buy a picture of a man or a picture of a jersey with some ink on it, like whatever. I've bought stupider stuff, and I probably buy dumber things, but at the end of the day, how much do you care about it when all of this stuff has been going on for years? And then, like you said, this has been going on for 20 years. And then you have an industry that it'd be like, what do you think? My favorite example, Ryan, will go to Rolex. You know what I mean? Like, it's clear when you buy a fake Rolex. When we were in New York, the dudes on Fifth Avenue with them in the suitcase, you knew that was fake. Okay. So when I go to the store and buy it from the dealer, not some secondhand dealer, but the actual Rolex dealer, I know I'm getting something real there. Getting something real. They've even launched an authentication program over at Rolex where they'll authenticate it, restore it, whatever, and then you get that assurance. Why don't the companies care that much? Where they're like, we will invest into the technology that is required to maybe not be 100% sure, but we're not even like 50% sure. It's literally Steve Grad. Steve Grad's doing the same thing he did in Pawn Stars 15 years ago. It's, there's a photo. There's a photo of a Kobe. There's a photo of the Kobe. That looks like the photo. Kobe must have signed it. It's like, could Kobe's DNA be on the photo? Right? Could some of his skin cells be left over on the photo since he signed it? Is there like certain pen strokes that Kobe would have made? Like you said, the ink has been aged and absorbed into the photo. Was the photo printed more recently, or is this a 15-year-old photo that could have been signed by Kobe? We don't get anything in this hobby. We also don't get it on the card grading side either. It's like, here's a 10. And we've said it multiple times here on the show. Collectors don't want accurate grades. Mm-mm. Oh, tag and AI is really going to be a big thing. No, it's not. All people want are these companies to slap 10s on the cards. And then they want that 10 to be more valuable than the card is raw plus the grading fee. That's all people want. That's all people want. And with autographs, it seems to me all people will want to know is if it's real. And so there's this huge mirage around the authentication industry where it's like, this is authentic because it has a hologram. What happened to like the websites that have databases? Like, that doesn't exist anymore. I guess you could fake this. Like,
hacked into
1, 2, 3, you could just fake that.
Looks like he bought a bunch of kind of real stuff that then allowed him to like
So he bought a fake, like a real Will Grier with a cert, and then he slapped that on Kobe? Or he
There was
bought a
way-
real Kobe and then copied the serial number 18 times?
There was a way he was able to make these so that when you check the authentication, it comes up as legit. That's why this isn't going to be a problem, because all these little pussies in this industry will sweep this under a rug, and in the national in 2 weeks, it'll be fucking selfies, right? But this is a huge problem. There's a ton of stuff. I mean, there's already a ton of fake stuff out there. And now, I mean, for this guy to off himself, it had to have been pretty big. And for the FBI to do a raid, even if it wasn't $350 million in fake stuff,
I mean,
it could have
all
been
the legals they've
approaching
got to
that.
deport. I mean, my God, the fact that they took time out of their day to do this. Now, Ryan, wouldn't
Yeah,
it
you're
be in the best interest of the hobby? This is what has always confused me over the years. I think it's confused you as well. Wouldn't it be in the best interest of the hobby to clean this up? Because if you own a real Tom Brady autograph, wouldn't it be wise to have as few fakes on the market as possible, so the
No.
transactions of the real ones?
I'll tell you why.
Why?
No, I'll tell you why. Steve Grad, you know how Steve Grad gets paid?
Well, fair enough. Fair
When
enough.
you send him an item.
Fair enough.
If there were only 80,000 Kobe autographs in existence, Steve Grad be out of a job. So these
There you go.
these graders, these authentication companies, they just want you to send them the item, and then they rub a magic 8 ball to tell you if it's authentic or tell you what's great it is. That's period, end of story. These companies are the exact same as they were 20 years ago. Maybe there's different ownership. Maybe you like Nat Turner better than Joe Orlando. Maybe it switched from a coin company, PSA did, to a card grading company, to now, I guess it's just Pokemon, I guess, that people are sending in. These companies, they make money when you send them a card to get graded or an autograph to get authenticated. So they actually want these fake items to get out there. And then it doubles down from there. That the customer, they don't care what the real grade of the card is. They just want a 10. And honestly, when these people send in their autographs, they don't really care if it's real or fake. They just want it authenticated. So then they can go turn around and sell it on eBay or wherever. This is the same thing that's been going on for longer than we've been talking about cards, which is going on our 16th year. Steve Grad gets paid when you send him something. So he should shut the fuck up about this. All these little influencers, they'll do a little video about this and be like, this is horrible. This is horrible.
How many
Then they'll
interviews
run-
with Steve Grad will air over the next 30 days? Hey, Steve,
Oh
what,
God, I might
what
puke.
should we do about this? You're the expert. Please tell us, Steve. There must be something we can do here. Well, yeah, you could keep sending me items at $80 a pop, and I'll tell you, I'll roll some die. I've got a dice next to me, and I roll it, and if it comes up a 6, then it's fake. Everything else is real.
Dude, it sounds like a good business. SportsCardRadioGrading.com. Dude, we're taking submissions. Send us your autographs, auto pen shit, whatever, dog. We'll slap that sticker on there, cert.
I think maybe what we could do is juice it up a notch, Ryan, where the grader has like a hot set of tits or something, and
Even
that
better.
just adds
Live
a little
grading.
bit.
Live grading.
There it is.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Let's go. We're throwing out the good ideas. We made it into
Ryan,
the AVN
Ryan, the
award.
upcharge is, upcharge gets you to like a 20-year-old that is not completely over the hill. The value bulk goes to like MILFs that you were hanging out with before you started selling hundreds of thousands of dollars of tickets. That was kind of like, that's the value bulk. And then, yeah,
That's 20 years ago.
what
Man, God
happened
damn.
to you?
God
What the
damn,
fuck
yeah.
happened?
Holy shit. You get old quick, boy. You get washed up quick, boy. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Got the Lincoln Community Center.
Look at this
t-shirt on.
stained, or maybe that's the picture that's stained. This is like pre-cell phone, so it's like the picture may be stained.
What are you
but
holding up there? What is that?
those are Jaguar season tickets, bro. I should have kept those for 10 years. Those are like front row over the fucking railing as the players come in. They were
You're
like 30
holding-
bucks each.
So
And I'm
this
flexing.
This ticket selling game, it ran deep for you. I mean,
I've
this
been
is like
flexing you can't find a picture of me flexing a sports car, but here's one from 20 years ago. Me
Like
flexing
Jake
some
Paul.
tickets. Yeah. Shit. I wish I had his dough. But what do you think people should do, Colin? What is your advice? I mean, there's going to be a bunch of terrified people who are going to go on. Jeff Wilson's going to tell them, guys, you got to be worried about this. What they're going to watch that, be terrified. What would you advise to them?
What would I advise people to do? I mean, I would find a lane in this hobby that is not what I would consider high end. High end modern is not worth it. High end graded is not worth it. Autographs, unless you get the guy to sign it himself, is not worth it. And I don't like to be one of these guys. Like if I saw Luka Doncic walking down the street, I wouldn't run up to him and get his autograph. I probably wouldn't even run up to him at all. Now if we were like in a lounge or something and he's there and he's kicking it, maybe you strike up a conversation, but I wouldn't have him sign anything. I would have his mom sign some stuff for me. But I would have her appear in that film that we inspired. Wow. That too. But like, what would I do? I mean, I would have cards. And look, I've got cards on the table. I bought into a break at Mojo Break. So it's like, I buy this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I think I spent, there's another package under here. I think I spent $15. They were nice. They recognized me in the chat and they sent me a t-shirt and stuff. And so I buy this stuff, but it's like little cheap thing. Like I just look at pictures of men, Ryan, like little cheap stuff, like like a little toy or something that my son has hanging around. I don't view it as, and look, when you get old, this is the cold hard truth to everybody watching this. When you die, your kids or your wife or somebody is going to take your cards and take it almost immediately down to the card shop, or they're going to call their buddy that also knows about cards and says, yep, daddy died. How much can I get for his Mickey Mantle? That's what they're going to do. They're going to do it with the Rolexes that I have. They'll do it with your house. You love the house that you bought. Your kids are probably not going to want to live there. They're going to have their own life at that time. Your stuff's just going to get sold. So just collect what you really, really have strong feelings about. If you have strong feelings about buying Kobe Bryant autographs with, quote, certification autographs and holograms on them, by all means, knock yourself out. But just understand, it has little value because it probably is fake. And it has little value when you die because the person's not going to hang it on their wall and cherish it like you did. They're literally going to turn around and turn it into dollars as fast as they possibly can. And that's just the cold hard truth about it. So you have to be passionate about what you're collecting. You have to be passionate about what you do want to spend your money on. And for cards, for me, for a very, very long time, I just view them as, like we'll go to my kids call it it's the dollar store. I think they call it the candy store, but we'll go to the dollar store and I'll buy them a toy or whatever for this $1.25 now. Like I look at baseball cards like they look at the dollar store cards, the toys. They go in there, they buy. I mean, for them, even when I buy them a $500 toy, they play with it for 2 minutes and then it's over. So I do the same thing with cards. Got into a break. There's a case hit in here too. I hit a case hit. I don't even know who it is.
Boy?
Case hit of somebody. It's like one of those downtowns or something. So, but that's just how I look at it. And if I were to walk around the National, I would see tables and tables of this fake stuff. And if you hold this stuff in higher regard, that's great. I would just become an ultimate connoisseur of it, though. You know what I mean? Like it's like Ryan, it's like an old car collector, and then you go in his garage and it's some like beaten down Pinto, or it's like some fucking instead of a Camaro, what's like the knockout version, like a Firebird, or like Correct. Like one of the other ones or whatever that was meant to look like the Camaro, but it's not. It's like if you're an old car guy, you should have the best Camaro. If you're a Corvette guy, you shouldn't have one from 1984. You should have one from 1954. Unless you have an affinity for the ones in the 80s or whatever. But like, if you are going to collect this stuff, collect the best stuff and spend your money on, or just go all the way down to the dollar bin. This middle tier stuff, signed Kobe Bryant jersey that's probably fake. Like, you're playing in a gray area there that I don't really like. I'd rather just buy Kobe Bryant's, remote control from his wife or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather just go all the way to the top. Go right to the source. Go to the Los Angeles Lakers and find something that they're auctioning off or something. Or just buy $1 Kobe Bryant cards, which I do plenty of. I buy, a lot of like $7 to $8 Kobe Bryant cards. I've got a safe full of them. There's probably almost 100 of them in there. That's how I would do it. It's a shame. And then, like you said, if you're an influencer, you try to talk about this stuff, you get shot down. Mr. Stone Chase with the $20. Thank you, sir.
Well, what's up, Stone? What's up, brother?
Make sure you try to find him on Whatnot. He's doing the streams and he's getting that paper. It's great to see him a couple of weeks ago at the Elk Grove Card Show. Ryan, we were at the Elk Grove Card Show. Bro, this hobby is, what would C-Bless say? The hobby is alive. Where you had to park like 5 blocks away to get into this damn thing. And there was a line to get in.
Bro. I told Juan, I was like, bro, we're doing VIP parking next time. We're not fucking around. I'm roping that shit off. I'm about to make a rack on this fucking card show next time, slanging like 20 parking spaces. Like, parking was crazy. I literally had to drive quarter mile down the fucking road to park.
I had to park illegally. I had to park in a fire lane.
Yeah, you should have got towed.
They knew better.
That shit
they
was
knew
crazy.
That was my only Tesla. Got one Tesla. Yeah, I mean, the hobby is alive. The hobby is, and some of it is Pokemon. We were joking. We were at the card show and there was these guys right across from us. Swear to God, we've been to card shows where these guys had a case of Modern. And when it was like, you bought the blasters at Target, they had like 50 mega boxes or whatever. Now you look at these guys' cases, it's all Pokemon. And they're looking at it and they're experts on everything. I'm like, damn. These are like these guys, Ryan, that you meet them. It's like that casual friend that you have. And you only see them maybe every couple of years at an event or like a state fair or something. You run into them or whatever. And it's like 5 years ago, you run into him and he's got a baby mama or whatever, and they're getting married. And it's like, hey, how you doing? Oh, it's great. Things are great. Happy family. And then you see him like 3 years later. He's got a completely different baby mama. Doesn't even talk to that girl no more. Doesn't even talk to the kids that he had with that lady no more. He's got a completely different job. He's got a different look. He used to be kind of skater. Now he's business. That's what we're seeing at the card shows, Ryan. It's like 5 years ago, it was Steph Curry and Luka and Ja and Zion.
Told y'all that's where it's going.
Panini and all that stuff and Topps mega boxes. Now it's all fucking Charizard and Pikachu. All of it. And they're like experts in the whole thing. They're looking at the corners and the kids come up there with the binders. Are like, nothing I can do for you, son. You got all basic Pokemons. You don't even got no evolved form shit.
What is this shit?
People are beating each other up for this Pokemon shit. I'm buying this shit for my son. It's like $10 a motherfucking pack. Damn, you got to be balling to buy this stuff.
Well, have you seen the grading numbers? That sports card grading has fallen off by like 20-30%, but it's the Pokemon's running the business. So great job, Nat Turner. You fucking idiot. You can only like catch the hot trend. Better hope there's never a little downtrend or any kind of little hiccup in this whole operation.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say the hobby relies on a hype cycle, and the hobby in general is gaming cards and Pokemon as well. There's always some kind of hype.
Coins. Used to be coins. Remember that when PSA 60% coins, 40% cards? That was the Joe Orlando days.
Yeah, I mean, I think in those days the grading was more split because you had BGS that was actually absorbing a fair amount of the demand or the supply. They're still printing cards, obviously, in record numbers. And just the perceived value and the perception of BGS has completely fallen off in the past decade or so. At one time, you would never even think about sending a modern card to PSA. Like, it was a complete faux pas. And then right around the pandemic, that changed. And then BGS, under poor leadership and ownership and just poor direction, marketing and all that type of stuff, just completely fell off the map from a grading perspective. And that's a discussion all on its own. The fact that they allowed that to happen, it's just absolute. I mean, it's understandable because you had Kevin fucking Isaacson fucking running the show, and then the other guy that owned the whole business, didn't he go to jail or something, or he got committed a fraud?
I don't think Colin,
shit.
it's negative. We can't talk about it. Remember?
That's true.
Yeah, only certain people are allowed to talk about negative topics in the hobby.
Ryan,
apparently,
we can't talk about it because God forbid we give up those free passes we could get to Fanatics Fest, and that free ass slap that we might get from fucking Topps or Panini or one of these companies might just barely, as they're walking by Fanatics Fest, they might graze their hand against our ass cheek. Or if we're lucky, Livy Dunn will grace our presence for about 35 seconds while she's probably getting paid $18,000 an hour to be there, you know, let alone like the Aiden fucking Rosses of the whoever that these other, I don't even know. The Aiden Ross is like the only one I know. And I don't know anything about him other than he's a streamer and people pay attention to him. That's the only thing I know about him. So like, heaven forbid, Ryan, we say anything negative about these companies, so they throw us $18.50 in a sponsorship deal. And I'm not even talking about $1,800. I'm talking about like 1,850 cents. Ryan, how come Mojo Autograph, what's his name again? I can't remember the guy's name. Mojo Autographs.
Jay.
How come he don't got a Bentley and a $20 million mansion by now? Like, I think Aiden Ross, I saw that he bought like a $25 million mansion. You know what I mean? Like, how come these influencers that cater to every move that these companies make, now they're opening up card shops and things like this? Why aren't these guys balling, Ryan? Why aren't these guys like dripping?
That is exactly what I want to talk about. That's exactly what I want to talk about.
Let's do it.
In summary, first of all, thank you guys who are watching. It looks like between Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, we have 700 strong. I see the chat is predictably fired up. I think it's been 5 or 6 months since we did a show. I mean, we got the chat just lighting up.
We got $10 here from Card Show Realities, enjoying a 10-day stay in Las Vegas. Hey, if you're there, I'm there this weekend.
That's dangerous.
Really? You think so?
10 days in Vegas? You've done that.
I've done 11 days, and it was, we can't discuss what happened there.
That's how they wrote The Hangover.
It's fantastic. He's got to fly home to Louisiana, a place I'd love to go one day. Back to business. He'll be at the Shreveport Card Show, Ryan, on July 19th, just 2 days from now.
Sounds like
and
fun.
On August 2nd and August 3rd. So if you were in the great Louisiana area and you want to go to the Shreveport Card Show, Card Shop Reality will be there. And it sounds like a great time, honestly.
Let's go.
I used to actually live there.
Really?
Yeah, that's where my tech school for Air Force was.
Interesting.
There we go.
I'd love me some beignets and man, maybe get me some I'm married and have kids now, but before that, maybe get you some of the Bourbon Street ass.
Yeah, so we love the chat. We're definitely going to be reading a bunch of these chats, questions, comments, how much we got paid off. But man, dude, we got to talk about these influencers.
Yeah.
We went to Fanatics Fest last year, had a good time, really fun event. I think I could speak for you. Fun time. I think it was more fun to sit here and watch the social media post that came out from it a couple weeks ago, where the only people getting major attention was Drewski, Aiden Ross, Livy Dunn, the athletes themselves, obviously. Tom Brady, Kevin Durant, the day he got traded, was walking through. LeBron was walking through. Got big pop on social media. I mean, obviously Durant was there and could comment live on being traded to the Rockets. So that's going to make sports news. That's going to make ESPN. You know who didn't get a lot of attention, Colin? comparatively.
Who was that?
All the little micro influencers who spent weeks and weeks of
You said
planning
micro.
and getting their comfy shoes ready and getting all their Instagram looks and the this and the that and paying all this money. How much can I ask you, how much do you think Aiden Ross got paid to attend Fanatics Fest? Like real talk, how much do you think got paid?
I mean, I'm not exactly sure, but I know if I was at the like I don't know if everything that I to be honest with you, I've spent 2 minutes of my life figuring out who Aiden Ross is, and that's not a disrespect to him, and it's not diminishing what he's accomplished in his life. It's just for whatever reason, his and I paths have not crossed from an entertainment perspective. Okay, but I have seen him, and he looks like he's doing pretty well. I think he got an interview with the president. He was one of the first of these kind of like podcasters, if you will, or live streamers to actually get an interview with the president. I think he gifted him like a Cybertruck or something like that. This guy appears to me like he's rolling pretty good. I think he has one of these deals with one of these streaming companies like Kick or Twitch or one of these, and they're paying him millions and millions and millions of dollars. Woo. I would assume that he probably 24. Has a team. Yeah, I did 24. See this as well, that he bought this big mansion, the $24 million mansion. I don't know if he's got a mortgage on it or he paid cash. I don't know, but he seems to be doing well for whatever niche that he's in. He seems to be doing very well, and he seems to be very, very successful. Now that all could be a mirage, but for the most part, the streaming community, certainly in terms of the streaming community, I would assume he's on the Mount Rushmore at the current time of the whatever that means, the streaming community, and whatever value that brings to him. But my guess, Ryan, to get him to show up at an event, like if we wanted to be like, hey, we're putting on a card show, if we wanted him to show up, I would assume, Ryan, it's first class accommodations for him, which would probably be a private flight out here. Probably means a couple of his boys are coming with him, and certainly a camera crew. He's not filming this shit on his iPhone, and we'll get to that. There's influencers that that'll hide behind their iPhone and lazy content. We'll get to that. But I would assume it's a camera crew. It's his boys. He's not going to want to stay at the hotels. A lot of these people will stay at Fanatics Fest. He's probably going to want to stay, Ryan, legitimately in a hotel that like we stayed at. That's first class, private entry, that type of stuff. He's probably going to want to stay at those kind of accommodations. So I would guess to get him to show up at your event is probably pretty close to a 6-figure type of thing. True. Maybe more. It might be just 6 figures just to cover his expenses to show up, let alone an appearance fee. Because when he clicks live, and again, there's going to be people in the chat more aware, and I'm going to sound like an idiot, but my guess, Ryan, is when he clicks live, he is getting a lot of attention, and he's a master at acquiring, holding, and getting attention. It's really his whole business model. And he seems to be very, very good at it. So if you're Fanatics and you want a massive audience, he seems to me would be a top 5 guy that you would want to get to come to your event. And my guess, in order to do that, you're looking at probably mid 5 figures just of expenses to get him and his crew out here.
All right. So let's cut down to it. Aiden Ross gets 6 figures. Drewski got 6 figures. Libby Dunn got 6 figures. Tom Brady probably has stock in Fanatics. So does LeBron. So does all those guys probably. They get appearance fees and blah, 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 blah. Jeff Wilson, Card Collector 2, all the guys who had booths, they had to pay $4,000 a booth or whatever. And maybe they made deals and maybe they made a little bit of money. Hey, golf clap to you. My question to you is, given this gap, you got a 24-year-old kid buying a fucking $26 million mansion who's an influencer and who gets paid by Fanatics 100 stack to show up to their little Fanatics Fest event. That leading up to it, I only heard from the micro influencers. Then when the event actually happened, those guys were nowhere to be seen. It was all the major macro influencers. My question to you, does it make you feel sorry for these? We're micro too. That's why we don't show up. That's why we do a stream once every 6 months. We're micro too. Honestly, it should be embarrassing to the Jeff Wilsons and the card collector too, who have teams of fucking people that they can't get. I bet if they went live, could they get 700 people watching? Maybe if they were giving away some shit, maybe if they were talking about something interesting, should be embarrassed that we fucking get as many views as them. Shouldn't these people, do you either feel sorry for them? Should they be embarrassed? Should they work harder? Is there some kind of merit in being a micro influencer that has a team of 20 people and a fucking card shop and a fucking operation? I think these people think that Wilson and Card Collector 2 are big, and they're not. They're like fucking little fleas on a dog.
They're definitely, and I mean, this kind of goes back to, I sent out a newsletter a couple of weeks ago, and it was like, basically sports card content is garbage right now. Like it's terrible. Like you watch this shit and it like puts me to sleep. There are exceptions to that, and we'll get to that. But for the most part, the stuff coming up in my feed is like, God, it's like PSA did this, and here's the stats from Gem Rate. You know, it's just like fucking press release shit. And what was interesting, Ryan, is after I posted that, I called out some people specifically, and we're not going to name names here. No, fuck that. We are. Of course we are. That's what the rest of these idiots don't do. So I called out specifically 2 guys, maybe 3, maybe 4. I can't remember. But a couple of guys did response videos, one being Sports Card Dad, the other one being Neo Cards and Comic Books. And the way I look at, Ryan, the business is, I don't take anything personal. There's a lot of people that say things about Sports Card Radio. I don't care. At the end of the day, when the live stream goes off, I don't think about anything that anybody said. Okay. But here's the deal, is these guys responded to the newsletter exactly how I thought they would. Neo and Card Dad got on their YouTube videos and said, well, I just like to do average content. And I thought to myself, I don't know about Neo, but I know Sports Card Dad is an actual dad. Ryan, imagine if you had kids and your son came to you and was like, Dad, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and just create average content. Or what if your son came to you, I just want to be an average citizen and work at Walmart and live an average life. That's what I want to do. That's what these guys do when they get on YouTube, Ryan, is they literally say, I want to have an average YouTube channel. I want to make average content. And then they both pointed out, oh, well, Jeff Wilson, oh my God, his production is so amazing. Oh my God. He has lighting, Ryan. He has fucking lighting.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh God. He has a microphone that costs more than $28 on Amazon. Oh my God. He reads off a teleprompter. Oh my God. Card Collector 2, Ryan, Card Collector 2 has a video editor. Oh my God. He has somebody that edits his videos and does his thumbnails. Oh my fucking God. Wow. He's, instead of spending 8 minutes on his thumbnail, he spent 12 minutes. Wow. And he gets how many? I can't see, my screen's not high res. Like he gets what, 8,000 views on a video? Maybe more, maybe less.
When you interview these losers, I mean, nobody's going to watch that shit.
Wow, Ryan. He has 100,000 subscribers. Wow, because instead of spending 18 minutes on his video, he spends 28. The key to life, guys, this goes for anything. This goes for everybody watching. All you have to do is 1% more than everybody else. Sports Card Radio should have taught you that. We would do 1% more video editing than everybody else. And everybody was like, whoa, Sports Card Radio. We brought the heat 1% more than everybody else. Wow, we better sue these motherfuckers. Damn. Wow. They called out the PPP loan.
Oh, heaven forbid.
Wow, heaven forbid Leighton Sports Cards got like money for their business that didn't even get shut down. Oh, heaven forbid DA Card World got a PPP loan. Oh man.
Colin, you know, with DA Card World, so in January before COVID, he bought a $2 million house. And then, all of a sudden he needed a PPP loan in April when the world was crumbling down.
Wow.
Oh, heaven forbid we talk about that.
Oh, heaven forbid we talk about the scams, scandals, and shadiness in the hobby. And we do it just 1% better than everybody else. But everybody else in this hobby, oh, nope, I can't be as good as Jeff Wilson. Can't get a fucking $30 lamp on Amazon. Can't edit my videos. Can't reach into my pocket and pay a video editor $50 to edit my shit. Nope, I can't do that. All I can do is push the record on the iPhone and say, golly, Jeepers PSA changed the terms of service, guys. Guys, guess what the terms of service says now? We were butt fucking you before, and now we're butt fucking you even more and not even reaching around. In fact, we've got another guy coming up to your mouth and ass fucking you and fucking you in your mouth. And we've got somebody kicking you in the nuts at the same time. Golly jeepers, that's what the PSA press release says. That's the video, guys. I got no strong take, no opinion on it. If you want to send a PSA, send a PSA. If you don't want to send a PSA, don't send a PSA. But make sure in a couple of weeks when the national happens, by golly jeepers, you have a pair of those fucking ugly ass fucking Hoka sneakers on that have a nice little cushiony. Oh, and by the way, you probably should break those in a little bit a week before. You don't want to get blisters as you're walking around the national looking at all the fake shit that is on display. It is all fake. The autographs are fucking fake there. Make sure your shoes are comfortable. And since it's a fake autograph, if he's asking $325, I suggest checking comps and maybe offering 10% lower than the previous comp because it potentially could be fake based on the $400 million FBI raid and suicide that we saw over the past day. But I don't want to spend too much time on that because that is negative. I'd rather focus more on the press release that PSA just came out with saying that you are absolutely getting ass fucked anytime you send us a card. And oh, by the way, we have another person coming around to your mouth and inserting their cock in there. And now you're going to get choked along with being ass fucked by us. Thank you so much for watching today. Please hit that like and motherfucking subscribe button so you can watch more average content from here on out. I am not going to get professional lighting. I'm not going to do professional sound. I'm simply going to hit record on my iPhone and then hit unrecord, and then I'm going to push it to YouTube and do no additional editing, no nothing. There are channels on YouTube that are getting millions and millions of views and spending millions on content. I am not going to do that. In fact, I'm going to bow down and worship the 2 or 3 people in this hobby that get a light on Amazon and have a teleprompter that they can read off. That is what I am going to do from now on this channel. And it is only going to be slightly below average content from now on. So you have to subscribe. You have to like the video. I'm probably going to make $328 from AdSense this month and is going to feel fucking amazing, just like getting ass fucked by PSA, BGS, Steiner Sports, and anybody else in this hobby. Guys, do you want to be average or do you want to be slightly above average? That is why, Ryan, when a sports card website is featured in a porno, it's nobody else other than Sports Card Radio, because we bring the heat, we bring the inspiration, and we do it. Guys, I'm just so sick of this average being fucking average.
I think that's a very, very good point. I mean, the haters are going to hate to hear this, but we are content experts. We've been making content before there was even anything on YouTube about sports cards, except for maybe a couple box breaks. There were no podcasts when we started this website back in 2009, guys. Get out your calculator and count how long ago that was.
It was 2008.
2008, excuse me.
Oh, actually, the website was 09. The podcast was 08.
Podcast started in 2008. We are content experts. We successfully disappeared from the hobby right around the card trimming scandal and the boom of the hobby. Then we're able to come back and garner as much attention on YouTube as any of these fucking dorks with 20 employees, script writers, teleprompters, $1,000 lights. I'm in a prison cell apartment here in Arizona with headphones that I bought today. Went out with my girlfriend who's 27. So we had a fun time. It should be embarrassing to these people. So we can give some of these people advice. And that's what I'll take liberty and do. Let me run down a couple names. Advice and praise, probably. Sports Card Dad. Again, like you said, incredibly average content. I might push back a little bit. Yes, the content is average, but Colin, think about 10 years ago. The content was almost non-existent. So compare, I guess it's your frame of reference. Compared to 10 years ago, the content was literally non-existent. So the content today may seem a lot better.
I don't think, like, I don't care what the content was 10 years ago. Like, in general on YouTube, the content across the board was different. You have to continue to level up your game, you know?
Fair enough. Then then we can just take it right from there. So the content today is incredibly average. Somebody like Sports Card Dad, I think sometimes he comes up with topics that might interest me or might interest other people, but I don't think he does an incredible amount of research. And this is the same as a lot of fucking YouTubers.
I don't think his takes are strong enough either. Like, come with if all you're going to do is turn the iPhone on and talk, say something. Like, either piss me off or enlighten me.
Say something like SCV Sports Cards today on his video about Steve Grad. Just basically call him a bitch and tell him to shut up. Say that.
Yeah.
Say that. If you're not going to do a lot of
right. You don't have to pick a fight, but when it comes to a topic where there is one side or another that you can come down on, pick one. Don't worry about, and I think he has to worry so much about, he wants that, $18.95 sponsorship coming in. And so he doesn't want to piss off this.
How much money could these fucking dorks who get like 1,000?
They don't make any money. They don't make any money. If they made 1% better content and pissed everybody off, they'd make 10 times more money.
So do we feel sorry for, like, God damn?
No,
like,
I don't.
These people are so fucking small. It's almost laughable.
It's a joke.
What would you advise them? What would you tell them to do? Like,
every video should be 1% better on the lighting, the sound, the content, the take. Get better every video. Do that for about 90 days. After 90 days, you'll be producing good videos. And look, I like Aiden Ross. Is his shit fucking revolutionary, what he's posting? Probably not. But he's doing it. I would look at what these kids are doing.
Well, the currency here is attention. The currency here is all attention. And so if you're only garnering a small amount of views compared to what you could be on the internet, I think somebody could get hundreds of thousands, if not 1 million views on sports card videos. If they were well researched. You can't just wake up in the morning, scroll Instagram, scroll Twitter, and come up with a story idea and jot down a couple notes, turn on the iPhone and pump it out so that you can make $12 in ad revenue.
Seems like a mediocre existence. But we've seen guys put in, what's the guy that was the Ty Wilson guy? That dude spends so much time on his channel.
What's it called?
And he gets like nothing.
Chasing? Cardboard chasing?
Cardboard chasing or something.
Was it? Oh, chasing cardboard.
Yeah, this guy. Like, what does a video do? Like most recent video, how many views has it got?
30K.
That's it.
That's not shit.
For how much time? Like 30K turning on the phone, spitting out some bullshit, turning it off, uploading it. Not bad.
There's
Okay,
two
not
camera
bad.
angles. I got 2 camera angles here. So we got multiple
Like,
people in the
amount
room
of
here.
they probably spent a week just putting the B-roll footage together. And he's getting 30K views, which
is a
is
joke.
not nothing. Doesn't even pay for the thumbnail artist.
And Colin, we were just in a packed fucking card show. There should, like, how are you not getting 50% of those people who are there for sports cards to watch your shit? Packed in Elk Grove, California, like South Elk Grove, which is like in the middle of fucking nowhere on Stockton Boulevard of all places. And I could not find a place to park. I'm going to get with Juan so that I can fucking rope off 20 spots and sell VIP for like 100 a spot next show.
Yep.
Because I would have slap paid.
None of the sports card influencers have anything on Pokemon influencers.
Well, again, like what's this guy, PokeRev or whatever, who's a big Pokemon guy. I mean, there's probably
tons with
guys,
millions,
women and stuff, but this guy has 3 million subscribers. He gets hundreds of thousands of views per video.
What does he do on his video? He just opens the packs or something?
I don't know. He does box breaks. It doesn't look that entertaining, but he has
this looks like the
350,000
famous
views.
card content. How is this guy?
This
like,
is
is Pokemon
double,
that
triple
much
anybody.
more popular?
I just think these guys suck, Colin. Most of these guys suck. Not everyone, but most of these guys are trash. They're either trying to sell you something. You've got to watch a break. You've got to watch somebody with very lukewarm takes because they got to appease a sponsor. You can't piss off Nat Turner. Oh, you can't say anything bad about Fanatics. Oh, you can't say anything bad about Jeff Wilson because, he follows me on Instagram. I mean, there were people excusing what Backyard Breaks did. We went off our live stream. We got paid off and stopped doing live streams in November. And Backyard Breaks had their little kerfuffle. Boy, I could make a heck of a video of these dorks defending Backyard Breaks. Like, it was just a joke. Like, that's how you fuckers joke? I could give 20,000 views on a video that'll take 5 minutes. Just be like, you guys are fucking sickos. This entire hobby let Backyard Breaks off the hook. They'll be at the National here in a couple weeks. You think anybody will go up and say anything or do anything? They'll fucking get a selfie with those fucking little kids. The hobby doesn't police itself. These content creators are a fucking joke. That's why the FBI had to come in, raid this motherfucker, and basically submit him into suicide. Because the likes of people who do call out negative stuff, the likes of like Dan the Cardman, SCV Sports Card, AIH Sports, go to their comments, go to their Instagram DMs. Those guys are getting lit up. Why are you being negative? You don't care about the hobby. Meanwhile, the likes of Jeff Wilson, Card Collector 2, Sports Card Dad, Neo Cards and Comics will make their they'll read the press release from Collect. Do any of these guys tell you to stop buying pictures of men, stop buying autographs? That's my advice. Don't buy pictures of men. Don't buy autographs. You know what I haven't done since baseball season started? Buy a single picture of a man or buy an autograph of anybody. Haven't bought a card on Check On My Cards. Haven't bought a card on eBay. Haven't bought a card anywhere. Looking to get rid of all my cards. I don't know if they're real. I don't know if they're fake. I don't want to deal with them. I'd rather just throw them in the trash, honestly. Will any of these content creators really give you the truth? It's a shame. My advice, somebody like Sports Card Dad, spend 2 weeks on one video. You could still do your daily videos, but pick a topic and be like, okay, every day for an hour, I'm going to work on this video, whether it's research, editing it, writing the script, talking to people, getting both sides of maybe a story. Spend 2 weeks on one video. Make it at least 8 minutes long. so that you can get their ad revenue, since I guess that's important. And see if that changes your content. And maybe these guys don't want to change. Like you said, Colin, they want to be average. We've seen some successful pivots.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, you for one, I mean, I've sold a lot of tickets. I think you might have been selling more stock picks. Hey, and thanks for that one. You shouted out a stock pick at the Elk Grove Card Show. That motherfucker went up 64%. I swear to God, in like 3 days. I'm not gonna say the stock. They can subscribe to Colin, and I think you went 20 for 20 on your stock picks. Just as I came into some money too. Just as I had like the second best week I've ever had selling tickets in my 20-year history of selling tickets. You fucking ripped off 20 for 20 in the motherfucking stock market. And you know what you have me addicted on now? Real quick. You know what you have me addicted? Is them fucking leveraged fucking stocks. That T-Rex Apple, that leveraged Nvidia. Ooh, that's like, it's one thing to buy Nvidia, but then you can like 2x it and 3x it. And that is like, that has gotten my fucking juices.
The ones that I was talking about?
Yeah, the leverage shit.
Yeah, the leverage shit is, that's like a line right now.
I'm making 11% per month.
It's insane. That stuff is.
But Colin, we've seen some successful pivots. You know who pivoted? And we'll get to our boy Jeff Wilson in a minute. You know who pivoted extremely successfully was our boy Seabless. Boy, this boy had been blowing up. His Pacers bet that he bet 1,000. He got $250,000 of fucking juice off that one bet. He has blown up on Instagram. He's blown up. I mean, he gets as much love and hate tweets on Twitter as I've ever seen from the betting world. He's successfully pivoted out of sports cards into a bigger niche. I don't go to his views on Instagram, but this boy popping. And he sells a service that legit I've paid for sometimes because I'm like, fucking yeah, it's $10.
I'm gonna pay for it on. I'll probably just text him, but I'm gonna pay for it on. Or I'm gonna text him on when I'm in Vegas.
Do you think a pivot, like some of these guys that get 1,000 views, like could they pivot like Seablaz? Could they pivot like you? Like could any of these guys? You're more of a content creator than I am. Like what could these guys do, or what would you suggest a hard pivot like Seablaz and maybe you did?
I think you got to be passionate about what you're doing. That's why I look at like Card Dad and stuff like that. It's like, are they really just passionate about cards, or were they passionate about it a couple years ago and now it's just something that they do? It's like a habit, you know? Like I would look at the stock market, whether I was getting, I mean, there's been some years where it's like I barely made, $50,000 off sports card content or investing content. And then there's years where I've made $500,000 or more on investing content. So it's like, but either way, I would be doing it. Like Taiwan Semiconductor earnings came out today. I would have looked at them and absorbed them, whether I was doing content or not on it, whether I was getting paid for it or not. So I think you just have to just be downright passionate about what you're doing. And when I see Seablaz, he had a deep run at the WSOP. Obviously, right. That was kind of a side quest for him, which is amazing. I mean, the run this guy is on is unbelievable. And it just brings so much joy to me to see a guy on a run. And, and then what we see on social media, I haven't talked to him in a little while, but it's like the run that he's been on is just inspiring. Just to see that and just to see everything that he's doing, it's inspiring,
We have someone that wants to call in.
Oh God, what do they want? What do they want? I honestly
you guys might like it.
I don't know.
With how Colin's mood, it might be a good phone call.
I don't know. I only want to talk to you guys.
All right.
You can put it in there. I don't care.
But our boy has made
the Michael Jackson.
We'll wait for now. Yeah.
Not the Michael Jackson guy. I mean, I'm sick of that guy still. So not the Michael Jackson guy though. He cannot call in. He gets called in. That's the end of the show. I love the epic run that Seablaz is on. It's inspiring. I love what he's doing. It's fantastic. It's amazing. And it just shows you like, hey, look, if you're passionate about something else, take the skills that you've learned. And look, you go listen to my early podcast in 2008. They are like, I speak completely differently now. Like the way I've developed my communication skills over the years, starting with the podcast, led me to investing content. You know what I mean? Now I had
So
to
it'll just
spend a
it'll
lot
take
of
these
time.
guys 16 years. We got to wait another decade for these guys to
Probably.
fucking make something good.
Probably. Hey, and look,
All right.
overnight success takes 10 years. You know what I mean? All of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm successful in investing content. Well, it took fucking 15 years of a lot of hard work and a lot of putting in the hours, a lot of trying to get like 1% better, not just at the craft of YouTube and YouTube videos, but it's like presenting yourself, talking, public speaking, putting yourself in positions where you had to public speak in front of a room and just getting better every single day at that. That's a skill like you have to constantly work at. And just thinking about what does the viewer want to see? I'm often left watching a lot of these guys' videos and I'm just like, oh,
Fuck. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, like I don't want to watch the
Fuck.
next one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I don't
that
want
was
to
it.
watch the next
They read a lot of them just read a press release, or if they're not selling something, it's just lukewarm takes. It's not well thought out. It's not well researched. It's just to check a box and get a video done. Like that's all
That's
it
it.
is.
It's
They're
a
not
habit.
they're not
It's a habit.
right. They're not trying to actually create something fucking amazing for your viewer.
Right. Right.
You know, put
Yep.
some music in there, cut up a bunch of fucking clips, like whatever, like make this shit, like spend 2 weeks on one video. Spend 2 weeks on one video and it'll probably get it'll get more views than all the ones you fucking did leading up to it.
And I would say there's been plenty of topics to talk about. It's not like we've been kind of dry for topics to discuss. It's like you literally let Backyard Breaks off the hook.
Off the hook.
All the fails that Fanatics has had, you let them off the hook. Was there anybody that had a negative take at Fanatics Fest? Like anything negative to say about what was going on there?
They can't because they got their tickets comped and they think that they're silenced at that point. They're bought and paid off on a $24 ticket.
I mean, if that's all it takes, damn.
How the fuck are motherfuckers talking about us being paid off and all these little fucking jokers fucking say whatever they want? Colin, I want to ask you about Mojo Sports.
Okay.
And a matter of, I think he did another video. I think he's leading the league in videos where he cries in the video, but we're gonna let that
I
slide.
saw that one actually. I saw the one.
So you
where
saw
the
that one
tears-
where he's thinking about the first one or the second one.
I only
I
saw
think we
one.
made him cry. No, I was alluding.
Oh
to the
no.
video where
Yeah,
we
I'm
made
not
him
talking
cry.
about the one where we made him cry.
Okay, right. So the most recent one, and we've met Jay, and I'm rooting for him. He is contemplating a life setting up a card show. And since
Go ahead.
I didn't know you watched the video. So would you suggest, if he's watching, Jay from Mojo Sports, like would you suggest
do it.
him to open a card shop?
Hell no. Hell no.
And why is that?
Do not
Why?
open a card shop. It is not as glamorous as you think. You think sitting in a car, like here's my analogy, Ryan, is at one time, this was a long time ago, maybe 20 years ago, I thought maybe I want to work in the golf industry. I really like golf. So I got this job. You might remember, I got this job at a really nice country club, Del Rio Country Club in Modesto. So I got
Scott
this
Peterson.
job there, started working at Del Rio. And I remember probably my third day on the job, I was like, fuck. It is so much nicer coming to the golf course to play than coming to the golf course and work. It's completely different. And so the same thing happens at a card shop. You go in there as a customer and it's fun. You can talk, a buddy might show up or a guy from the neighborhood. You trade. It's a fun time. Card shops can be fun. Okay. But sitting there day in, day out, 8 to 5, even if you have employees and things like that, to think this is something that is exciting, no, it's not. It turns into a job. It turns into a business. Are there people that enjoy it more than others? Are there times and aspects of the job that are more exciting than others? Sure, but it's still a job. It still requires a lot of work. Okay. Just like posting YouTube videos from the outside. Oh my God, it must be amazing to be a YouTuber. It's a job. It's a job. At times it's fun. At times it's nice, but it's a job at the end of the day. He should not open a card shop. It would be a terrible idea. He would likely not succeed, not based on his own talents, but the fact that 99% of any small business, especially brick and mortar, is likely destined to fail. He should
Not
take
gonna
this
help
free
his BMI either.
He should take this free 99 advice, guys, and
Uh,
do not
okay.
open a card shop.
let me push back. Let me push back on that. Okay. You said it's hard work, and I agree it is. I mean, we know that firsthand. Everything is though. I mean, I got games going off tomorrow. That's going to be hard work. You've got to make these amazing stock picks that go up fucking 60% in 3 days, which I don't even know how that's fucking possible. That's hard work. For me, if I were talking to Mojo, I would say, okay, look, I don't know if you caught it in the video. He talked about how he spent 100 racks on traveling around to doing this kind of card shop tours. So he would travel around all these card shops. Who knows how many he's been to? Maybe hundreds. Maybe there's probably 6 card shops within 3 miles of me. I mean, these things are everywhere now. In my opinion, if you don't want to spend 100 racks traveling around the country, kind of being a micro influencer, there might be very few people to gauge what is a good hobby shop than Mojo. Like, if he's not going to pivot off of cards, then he better entrench himself bigger into the buying and selling of sports cards, because you're not going to make money being an influencer. You're not going to make 6 figures being a sports card influencer. Eventually the whatnot deals will dry up. Eventually the little sponsored content.
You know who is his biggest competitor now, right?
In what field?
In card dealing.
For Mojo, I would consider him pretty small time, but who would be his competitor?
GameStop. They are going to be selling Pokemon and sports cards now.
Well, GameStop's a really interesting story because they have so much in cash because of the meme stock, and they bought Bitcoin, and they have literally billions and billions of dollars sitting in cash, which is a very impressive balance sheet. They obviously have an aging business where you have these, I don't know how many stores they have, thousands of stores that are kind of going in decline because video games are going digital. So now do you hard pivot into Pokemon or sports cards, which would be interesting.
Doing, half the stores.
Honestly, I think if I were to set up a card shop, I would do something weird and set up one that was $1 and under. It was like the Dollar General card shop. And then you'd have no problem ever getting inventory. You'd have no problem ever, like, no problem with theft, employee theft. I think you could, again, no problem with inventory, because guys would just hand you boxes of cards and you give them $25 so that they can go buy another blaster, or they can go buy into a break. Maybe it's a $10 and under card shop, but something that is almost completely different than what anybody's doing.
Yeah, I like that with the Dollar General idea.
And that would also be very cheap to set up something. You could find a fucking retail store, 1,500 square foot, 2,000 square foot, 3,000 square feet at $1.50 a square foot. You set up fucking rows and rows of boxes, and you just promote the shit out of it. And maybe you sell the expensive stuff online and through consigners, and maybe that's a better way to do it.
Do your website only.
But I would maybe think a little outside the box than setting up a mini cards HQ or setting up something that looks like Burbanks. The other thing why I would suggest maybe Mojo open as a shop is because this motherfucker probably does have the network and the relationships to buy cards. He knows all these dealers. Yeah. How many cards do you think Rob at Burbank would sell this motherfucker? You know, if he really wanted to, and probably give him a homie hookup deal. So Colin, I don't know if I've convinced you. Should Mojo set up?
No, I would do, if you're going to go physical, just do pop-ups. Just do a pop-up from October to December. You know, like, we've run a card shop. It is fucking dead most of the year. Have fun trying to get allocation when Tom motherfucking Brady are opening shops. GameStop's fucking getting allocation. Like, have fun trying to get allocation when these large businesses are getting into this game, or wealthy investors, Tom Brady athletes and things like that. Just do a pop-up. Do it for like 30 days, 60 days, pop up. Have bands show up, food. I don't know. Like, that seems to me that would be, and then you can still continue to travel and you can do something a little bit different. But to like just get married, you will be so much more satisfied in his life if he just got married and had kids. Fuck the card shop.
Didn't he have a girlfriend?
God,
Didn't he have a girlfriend?
I don't know. Get married.
Know
what
status?
are you waiting for? Get a fucking ring. Go to Zales or whatever they're buying these things. Lab fucking diamonds are fucking cheap as fuck right now.
That's what
Real diamonds are cheap. Go just get married. Pop a couple of kids out. Then the clarity will come. Everybody thinks, oh, I'm going to have kids. It's going to ruin my life. I'm going to be broke. The total opposite thing happened to me, where it's like, I was doing okay financially when I had kids, and I was kind of worried. I was like, damn.
So wait, we went from dude opening a card shop to you now tell him to have kids? Damn.
Yeah. This is how he's going to level up in his life. He's sitting here clearly looking for answers, Ryan. You don't get on the YouTube video like, oh my God, I'm going to open a card shop. Terrible idea. The fuck are you thinking? Open a card shop? Like what? You're going to get no allocation. You're going to have no inventory. You're going to have no cash flow for a really long time. That is a fucking nightmare.
But if it's a binary choice, you run around the country spending $100,000 on travel, or you open a card shop, what would you rather do?
Hey. But I'm giving him option C. Get married, have some kids, and then it'll all your shit won't look like that. What the fuck?
Yo, what the fuck was that? Yo, what happened there?
No wonder he ain't married. He's a fucking slob. The fuck is up with this? Jesus Christ. Getting on the video though and crying, it just shows you the man is searching. I am here to tell him the solution to all his problems is number one, whatever the fuck you do, do not open a card shop. Do not do that. Be a huge mistake. Huge mistake. Do not open it. Get a fucking house cleaner. My God, you do not have a maid, Ryan. It's 2025. The fuck do you not have a maid? 2025.
Man.
Doesn't have anybody cleaning his shit. Look at that bed. It's fucking not even made. The fuck?
Yeah. The girl's gonna see that, and that's not gonna be. You better have some
dough.
It's gonna be a problem. It's gonna have some dough. As I found out, money can change things for you, but
just liquidate and put in those funds.
No card shop. If you want physical retail, it's a pop-up. You want to pop up in New York. You want to pop up in Sacramento. You want to pop up in LA. You want to pop up in Miami. You can do that. Create a buzz. It'd be fun. It'd be interesting. It'd be new. It'd be different. You don't have to worry as much about allocation. It's more about atmosphere and fun and excitement. Have a couple of, I would do consignment. If that's the case, I wouldn't carry any of the inventory risk. I would say, hey, I'm doing a pop-up in Miami. Call Ken Golden, call Shine, call fucking whoever has $1 million cards. Tell them, come put them in the thing. And, I'm going to pop up. It's going to be this fun thing. Tom Brady's going to show up. Derrick Rose is going to show up. Whoever's going to show up. Shine's going to show up. He's going to have bags of Coke. I mean, that's what you do. Everybody can open a card shop. Everybody can do that. Do shit that other people are not going to do. And again, pop up is 1% better, Ryan. 1% better than opening a card shop. It's not this exponentially great idea. It's just 1% better. And it also doesn't tie you down to a physical spot. And then what you can do, Ryan, is it allows you to do a little market research. Maybe you pop up in Elk fucking Grove and you're like, fuck, every time I pop up in Elk Grove, it pops off. Well, now I've got connections. Now I've got market research. Now I know the locations that will pop. And then maybe if I do want to settle down, I will open it up in Elk Grove because I popped up there 3 times and boy, it's gone great. This guy would get chewed up and spit out if he tries to open a card shop. Chewed up and spit out. Terrible idea. One of the worst ideas probably since Cards HQ and spending $5 million or whatever that cost.
Hey, let's touch on that. Do we ever hear anything about that card store? I thought it was supposed to be revolutionizing retail. I thought that's what we heard, that it was that places were going to study what Cards HQ was doing. I don't know if the social media team is lacking or what's going on there, but I certainly don't hear anything
and they would
exciting.
and other influencers would regurgitate that. They were like, "Oh wow, Jeff Wilson!" Like it was a press release. Jeff Wilson is going to open up Cards HQ and he's going to revolutionize retail. Like, how many guys fucking repeated that shit?
Holy shit! What? Dude,
So that our girl Allie?
That's our girl.
What's she up to?
geez,
That's her. What she's
There we
doing?
go.
Hey, there she is.
Where's the chat? Right here.
I remember seeing her in 2020, and it's a much different Alley.
Hey, well, you know,
That's what Cards HQ does to you.
yeah, she's on that. Yeah. I mean,
That's all love over here.
we
Y'all
love
over
Allie.
here hating. Damn, y'all over here hating.
We love her. We love her. I didn't
We
say anything
love her.
negative. I didn't say, and Tim, I don't think said anything
I
negative
didn't
either.
say anything
You know?
negative.
He didn't
How
say
do you get
anything
to their
negative.
fucking YouTube channel? I'm fucking
Cards
dumb as hell.
or Sports Card Investor right there? I don't even think they got
Nah.
a YouTube channel.
I thought they had a YouTube channel.
I don't know. Maybe it don't hit.
How do you get four 17K views on a video that's 4 days old when you got 20 employees? That should be embarrassing. People should be getting fired. Fired. That should be like you eating breakfast, you get 17,000 views.
I mean,
I don't get this.
this is the hobby right here.
What's
I think you said it.
revolutionized?
I think you said it one time, Colin. He's like, these are passion projects. People think these guys are like balling out of control, making all this YouTube money. No, this motherfucker is passion fucking funding from his wife's score in business. Again, because we had to be the ones to tell. Jeff Wilson went on for like 3 years and told you guys he was a tech investor from the, where was it? Atlanta, fucking Georgia?
Yeah.
Then
People bought
wait-
into it and believed it.
Then, when two guys from Stockton, California, which I guess is only fair enough, an hour and a half from the tech capital of the world, kind of looked into it and be like, what are these tech investments this guy has done? Like, what are these businesses? What is this thing guy invented? And you couldn't find a thing. And the only thing you could find was that his wife set up social news desk or news network, and it sold for $20 million. Then she remained on CEO for like a decade. How much you think that bitch got paid? That bitch got cashed out 20 million, and then she was probably making stacks of paper. While Jeff was sitting there, maybe he was a stay-at-home dad. Maybe he was investing the money in the stock market. Maybe he had his 3 failed Ben and Jerry's. Maybe he had his, 352 marketing that needed not 1, but 2 PPP loans. And then it mysteriously kind of sold. He had that Dibs thing that crashed. He started Market Movers, which is literally like a 4th-rate fucking card comping. So Card Ladder's better, eBay's better. I've seen people use Alt more, Terapeak. There are countless better options than Market Movers. Now, maybe it makes some money. I doubt it's Aiden Ross level money. But you guys bought into this motherfucker telling you he was a tech investor from all places, Atlanta, Georgia. He's passion funding this content, which is fine. You do whatever the fuck you want with your money. But it should be embarrassing to him that we have 800 people watching. We don't have any employees. We don't have any script writers. Colin, you not to blow up your spot, but you had no idea about this story that broke yesterday about this this suicide fucking fake autograph scandal. You had no clue 10 minutes before the show.
I had no idea. No idea. I could tell you TSM's operating margin, but I have no idea about
send those to me after the show.
those.
Yeah, send those to me after the show, and send me the 2x long on TSM as well. Long or short, whatever. You tell me what the motherfucker do.
I mean,
You told me about a stock and it went up 64% in 2 days. So thank you very much.
good. That's good. That's good. That's what people are paying for.
But these Jeff Wilson types that are just the Cards HQ is probably passion funded at this point. That thing probably doesn't make any money. Sorry, breaking news. He'll tell you that he does 1 million sales here. That thing probably doesn't make any money. Probably a lot of fucking work too.
Ryan, I've seen content where like Jeff Wilson said the braking operation makes $200,000 a month, and by golly
That ain't
jeepers, he
shit.
must make $20,000. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Is our girl Allie working for free? That's what I want to know. Like, is
I hope
she
not.
sitting over here for free?
My God, how have we gone on late enough, Ryan, for me to proposition you? How much would you pay for her time, or is that crossing the line?
I have a girlfriend now, so I'm only paying for
A
one person's
girlfriend?
time right now.
Wow, whoa, what the fuck
Yeah,
are you
little,
doing?
little
Really?
27. Well, little 27. When you guys see this, you're gonna be like, "What the
27?
fuck?" Hey, money makes you a lot better good looking. Don't let anybody tell you any different.
Wow.
Having a little Skrilla in your pocket, a little stub of money in your pocket, a little Ticketmaster.
Doesn't that make
Yeah.
you not want to
I'm
have a
missing
girlfriend?
y'all.
Because now you can go out
Yeah.
and buy the drinks and buy the 30 minutes, hour,
guys,
all
guy,
that
guy,
stuff,
guy,
or are
guy,
you over
guy,
that?
guy,
No,
guy.
you were just talking about marriage and stuff. You
Guys.
can't say that.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Breaking news. I've been single for like fucking before Jeff Wilson came in this hobby. So I think I'm allowed to settle down. I'm bringing this one back to California. I'll bet I'd wager money that I'm going to leave here and I'm just going to bring her back to California with me.
I'm gonna send y'all a
Allie?
video that
Circle
you
the
guys
wagon.
can choose to show on stream if you want. I just sent it in the group text, but that's where I'm
Are we
hanging
going to
out.
have to carve your equity stake in Sports Card Radio to this young lady? So
Oh yeah, because it's mine and hers. Yes, Colin. She's 27 and super hot. So I mean, what the fuck do you want me to do here?
all right.
I don't have any choices here. You
All right.
you just
Check the
roll with
text.
this. Like you said, you just told our boy Mojo to get married and start having kids. So I'm circling the wagon, came down to Arizona, found one, and gonna circle back.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
I did enjoy. I spent a
Check
month
the
up in
video. Check the
California. It was
text real
amazing.
Okay.
Allie
I saw
texted us. Did Allie text us?
No.
Oh, it's too bad.
There's some you bounce a quarter off that.
Yeah.
Colin, I want to ask you a question. Okay, we talked about some of our favorites here.
Yeah.
What about the people who have kind of kept the iron in the fire, talking about negative sports card content? I saw our boy Dan the Card Man talking about maybe quitting making.
Oh, really?
videos.
I haven't seen that video yet.
AIH. He hasn't, but
Okay.
he did. He pondered it. I think as we all have.
I think you
AIH
can take
Sports,
breaks.
the others.
What
What would you suggest for them?
for them? Like if they're enjoying it and they like it, and this goes for everybody. If you like it, I would just try to get 1% better at what you do. You don't have to do that for every video for a whole year, but go on a 30-day stretch where maybe you make 6 videos, and by the 6th one, it's just a little bit better than all the other ones. And that's how I think you keep the fire going. Or like what I've done on investing content, I've switched to where I literally post one public video a week now, and the rest goes to paid. Like the rest, I've got people paying me $1,000 a year. So it's like, why would I post shit for free when I've got guys fucking taking me and play golf and shit and fucking spending money with me? So I would create maybe a slightly different business model, newsletter, membership, go grift. People look down on they take sponsor money or they grift or whatever. I think you can do it in a creative way if you're providing a lot of value, and just do that. But if you're tired of the game and you're tired of the content, that's when you just take a break. I've done this numerous times with the I don't even do the podcast anymore, but I would do it with the podcast, where I would do the podcast. And then I was like, I'm just sick of it. And I would just stop. So you got to be into it. Got to be into it. And if you want to kind of rekindle your thing, what I do is just challenge yourself. Say, okay, I'm going to do a video, and then the next video is going to be a little bit better. The thumbnail is going to be better. My hook in the beginning is going to be better. My pacing is going to be better. I'm going to do a little bit of editing. By the last one, I'm going to send it off to a guy and pay him $60 to do the edit on it. And that's what I would do. And just understand too, in the sports card game, you pulled up Jeff Wilson. I mean, everybody was like, oh my God, Jeff Wilson is like the king of content. You know what I mean? And like you said, he has a video that's like 5 days old and has 17,000 views.
It's not that impressive when you look at this shit. Like, this is the biggest guy and he gets 20K views.
And he's got a team, like you said, he's got B-roll and camera and sound.
God,
and
look at
editing
the one.
and
Look
all
at the one video that popped. It had to have fucking Alex fucking Rodriguez in the fucking video for him to get 200K views in 3 weeks ago.
And
It's fucking
200K
embarrassing.
is nothing.
I could make here's a 7-day span where we got 10K, 17K, 17K, 28K. I'll bet anyone 10 racks. I could make a string of 4 videos that'll get more fucking views
Easy.
than that.
Easy. Easy.
Fucking
Backyard
easy.
fucking breaks. The scandal that just happened. You can toss in just kind of kind of a funny video or whatever. Like they're like, it's all about title
Fucking
and thumbnail.
embarrassing.
Embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
This is just passion funded fucking content.
Embarrassing.
And people treat it like it's fucking Emmy award winning.
Embarrassing. That it's like the standard. Like you can't do better than this. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh,
Or just do like
Holy
what we
Grail
do.
of Jeff Wilson.
We don't.
revolutionary.
There's no production value here, Ryan. And this is what's taking off now. Is actually the lower production value, longer form
Right.
live streams. Like
Aiden
these,
Ross.
like the Aiden fucking Ross. He doesn't have like when I see his like I don't like sit there and watch it, but like as I'm scrolling, somebody will post a clip, and it's like him in a room talking.
For real.
Like there's no fucking production value anymore. So it's like you don't have to have video editing. We've seen with Chasing Cardboard, it's a great example, Ryan. Put his heart and soul into production.
Mhm.
And nobody watches that shit. Nobody watches. Like nobody watches. I know,
Not
understand
compared
I'll-
to the
I'll call
time
it out
put
there.
in.
Yeah, exactly. Like if there's motherfuckers opening Pokemon packs and getting 100,000 views. This motherfucker, what the fuck is he doing?
Multiple camera angles, lighting, video editor. My God.
And people talk shit on like, oh, AIH gets no views or Dan the Cardman barely gets anything. Compared to these guys are fucking crushing it.
Yo, somebody post a $10,000 and I'll do a string of 4 videos in 7 days that'll
You
get
gotta
more views than
PayPal
that.
PayPal.
You gotta
and if you
escrow
don't-
it, fucking whatever. $10,000 and I'll do a fucking string of 4 that'll get more video views than that. I already the topics are already in the head.
Easy.
Y'all are fucking embarrassing.
embarrassing. It really is. It really
No
is.
wonder Pokemon's lapping this shit.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
This is the best guy, and I could do better. My fucking God, that's embarrassing. Y'all should be
It's
fucking
embarrassing.
embarrassed. Take
It's
this guy's dick out of your fucking mouth, too, guys. Sports
that.
Card Dad and Neo and whatever and all these guys. Take this guy's dick out of your fucking mouth for a second. Fucking Christ.
Said he was a tech investor from Atlanta, and guys believed it.
No, you know what? Neo was like, oh, Sports Card Radio built their whole channel on Jeff Wilson. It's like, motherfucker, there's 200 fucking podcasts over here from fucking 16 years ago. What the fuck are you talking about, Jeff Wilson?
No, I think you
Fuck
go
you.
look at our most popular videos. I don't think they're actually about Jeff.
I took one down because it was about selling tickets because I was like, fuck, AI is going to come around and be my fucking main competition. I better take this down. It had 70,000 views.
Right. I think some of our most popular ones are there was like the Kaboom thing that happened. There was like another scandal that happened. Like our most popular, like Jeff was like a side quest. Like that's what you guys remember because the videos were probably good and they were probably memorable.
But Colin, I was taking videos at the National before any of these fuckers even knew what this thing was. I was sports card vlogging before all these fucking idiots. We are content experts. Sorry, haters. Sorry. We've been around 16 years. A lot of the stuff you've done, thought of, presented, we did decades ago. I was wandering around the Donald E. Stevens Center in Cleveland and Atlantic City, taking the only videos you can find of this show. You guys should be embarrassed.
It's embarrassing. And you can still go back and listen to the podcast, watch the videos. Like this stuff is still up. You know what I mean? And again, like if you look at our most popular content, It's not about Jeff Wilson. Like that was like a side quest.
It's the 2010 Bowman checklist, probably is
Yeah.
our most popular content we've ever made.
Probably.
And 2011 and 2012 and the base sets of tops for about half a decade. Series 1, Series 2, Series 3. If you're going to come on here and do lukewarm takes, why don't you just aggregate content? Now with AI, god damn, you could churn out sports card content at a fucking rate that nobody has ever seen. And you could do all your little stupid affiliate links or ads or whatever you can, and you make more money than YouTube.
How is there no elite like newsletter in the business too? You know what I mean? Like there are elite newsletters as you go across different industry.
These people are stupid, Colin. These people call themselves tech investors from fucking Atlanta, and they've never done anything in their life except spend their wife's money. And then look at these two dumbasses next to them. These guys ever said anything more than a lukewarm take in their fucking life? Remember when Jeff was like talking about how we lost a job, Colin? Talk about something we could sue the guy over. Are you fucking kidding? A job? And Doug and Teapot sat them next to him, just laughing. Two guys with a job.
That was such a shame, Ryan. I had a 3-year contract and I only had to work a year and I got dimed out for all 3.
Shame.
It was a
and
tragedy.
then they buy your YouTube channel for like 6 figures or some stupid shit like that.
They did that and I got it back.
And then you got it back. Wow. How did that happen?
I worked for a year, guys. It was really, really a tragic thing. I worked for a year. I had a 3-year contract. They bought my YouTube channel for a 6-figure payday. That was a wired cash deal. I got a year's worth of salary, year's worth of benefits. And then the bosses caught a case with the SEC. So the company got shut down. Everybody got laid off or got let go. I was one of the few people with a contract. Most people got severance and it was a few months. I had a 3-year contract that required that I got paid for the full year. And so for all 3 years. And so I got a lump sum of a 3-year contract.
Seriously, shut the fuck up, Jeff Wilson.
So, needless to say, that's why, Ryan, right after I got a job, I bought 2 Rolexes. You know what I mean? Like literally within like a 30-day time frame, I literally bought 2 Rolexes. And then, and my house all of a sudden had an addition on it. You know what I mean? Like things did quite well. And you didn't see me for a while. Like fucking things were good. Things are still good. So yeah. So when people are like, oh, you guys got bought off. Yeah, we got bought off. It's because I fucking had a 3-year contract and I only had to work a year. It's fucking great. And then during the whole year, they were comping my travel all over the place. Fucking great.
I think I got comped to Florida on that trip. Like I got comped
you
on
came
that.
too. I brought you. Yeah, it's fucking great. So I'm still getting going to Vegas next week.
I was passed out in first class on Xanax that whole flight. That was a great flight to Miami. I was fucking loaded.
First class. Yeah, that's where I learned fucking I'm never flying. I mean, fucking I didn't fly a lot before that, but then after that, it's like I'm never flying anything other than the first class because it's like, man, when you got $10,000 in Louis bags, you sure as hell ain't going back to coach. So, I mean, I just think there's a lot of mediocrity in this hobby. Some mediocre product a lot of the times. When you're looking at the new stuff, you're looking at the old stuff, it doesn't really matter. It's somewhat mediocre. The grading companies do a mediocre job. The authentication companies, as we discussed right off the jump, do a mediocre job. The content creators do a mediocre job. This is why they have to bring in Livy Dunn and fucking Aiden Ross. And I don't know these other guys. But like you said, Ryan, what was interesting is those were the people I was seeing coming up in my feed. It wasn't Jeff Wilson's content coming up. I'm assuming he did a lot of content from Fanatics Fest. I didn't see that. I sure as hell did see a lot of the major influencers, though, that weren't tied to cards. I saw their shit come up. And so it's like, instead of trying to figure out the card game, just try to figure out the algorithm game. Because clearly, like, the Pokemon guys have figured it out. You know what I mean? Like, some of these guys and Ryan, like, I'm into like boring shit like chess. Okay. There are like chess YouTubers that don't do anything cool, that literally click record on an iPhone, There's like the top chess influencer, like guy, he has one employee. He gets like 500,000 views on all his videos, and he just like talks about fucking people playing chess. He's like like I literally watch this shit before I go to bed. Like it puts me to sleep. Okay. So it's not like you have to be like fucking revolutionary, you know? You just have to do things in a way that draw. And getting on camera on an 8-minute video, and for the first minute and 30, you're shouting out mag slab and fucking PSA codes and all this other shit.
Fucking jerk off.
Nobody wants to watch that. Nobody wants to watch that. If you're going to integrate a sponsor, and now on YouTube, you like can fast forward now. It's the greatest invention ever on YouTube. Oh, he's going into a sponsor role, and then they have jump ahead. Boom, skip it. Like if you're going to do a sponsor integration, like integrate it in a creative way.
Well, look at the sponsors these guys get, Colin. It's like third-rate fucking company. Not even third-rate. We're talking about 8th-tier companies. Fucking what is Arena Jerk Off
money on it?
Pristine Auctions.
Buy these guys off with a Fanatics Fest ticket.
But why aren't the biggest company? There's a reason why eBay, PSA, Fanatics doesn't sponsor these. They charged Jeff to come to Fanatics Fest, whereas Aiden Ross got 6 figures. They charged Card Collector 2 to go to Fanatics Fest, whereas Livy Dunn got probably 150,000 at least, not including the autographs probably that she signed for money. Oh. Somebody post $10,000 and I'll make 4 videos that'll get more views than this. The little 391,000 fucking subs, the godfather of the fucking industry and the content. What did one of those dorks call him, a goat or whatever?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Fucking losers.
It's a joke.
And the 2 little boys sitting next to him who were like snickering. It's like, y'all better hope I don't come out of retirement because I'll fucking slap both of you around on a round of videos. You fucking dorks. You guys are the employees. Doug and Teapot, you guys are the employees. You fucking losers.
Yep.
Yeah, do they have a Rolex?
I figure they're probably watching. They're probably watching. They're probably fucking watching. Unless they're
have to be.
What else? D Jones is Jeff, I'm pretty sure.
Fuck. Me snickering and shit, bitch. Yeah, boy, when COVID happened, I sure as hell couldn't sell a ticket. So yeah, I probably did lose my job during COVID, you fucking losers. Fuck me. Snickering. I'll fucking slap both those fucking dickheads. Silly.
That got me out of retirement real quick. You know, Ryan, boy, you can say a lot of things about Sports Card Radio, but you say the watches are fake. And I'll come right out with
a lie. It's literally a lie.
It is.
It's a lie.
Right.
We're not allowed to lie. I could get 3 sources on a fucking story and I'll get threatened to be sued. But these guys can go on and lie about us. Fuck. One of my checks from StubHub, I'll hire a lawyer and fucking mow all you. I'll actually sue you fuckers.
Here's what's funny, Ryan, is people talk about my Rolexes more than I wear them. So that's what I think is funny. Is they've been mentioned more on other people's YouTube videos than I wear them in a year. You know, these things just sit in the safe and they're, you know, like you go out for a nice dinner or whatever. Like I don't like to wear them in these large cities. I don't want to get robbed. Which one you want?
Yeah, I'm rolling deep right now. Shit, let's go. Anyone, bro. Beggars can't be choosers. You pick, dog.
Okay. All right. Next time you're here, take one.
Well, yeah, you'll probably meet the 27-year-old as well, so you're gonna enjoy that.
Okay. We'll get her one too.
Yeah, well, yeah, no shit.
Get her to Louis. Louis loves me.
So these content creators are losers. I mean, and I have honest truth, full disclosure. I mean, we're probably not going to do a live stream for another 6-8 months. I mean, I kind of feel sorry for these guys. Like, what the fuck y'all doing? I think they're on a rat race. Jeff Wilson, I bet. If you took the truth serum, gun to the head, I bet you he wishes he could quit too. I bet he wishes he could take 6 months off. I bet he wishes he can get off the rat race because he looks at this. Jeff ain't that dumb. Jeff is pretty dumb. I mean, the Will Grier shit, you know, come on, that's evidence right there. But he's smart enough to know this string of videos in 7 days and you not even getting like, that's barely like 60K in views.
It's right
That's
before the
embarrassing.
national too.
For real.
You know what I mean? Like you should be popping right now.
Even
Right
if you
off
go
Fanatics
back
Fest into
2
national.
weeks.
And there's nothing like, why are we streaming today, Ryan? Because there's fucking nothing going on. You know, like there's no sports being played. Football season, not here yet. Basketball, over. Fucking Caitlin Clark, not even fucking playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like baseball.
Conveniently, this was scheduled on a day where I couldn't sell it. Yeah, there was not a day to sell a ticket. So yeah, tomorrow we're back to work. So back to the grind. But this should be embarrassing. So somebody actually, if somebody wants to post 100 racks, we can go 2 weeks and I'll kill all of this. I only got to beat a 32K vid and then get basically average views on the rest. Lunch meat, barbecue chicken, fucking light work. Woo! Y'all are a joke. Man, passion funded by his wife.
This is the top.
Shout out to her.
Here's the thing, Ryan, is like we said, we're talking about YouTube here. YouTube is huge, right? Okay. It's bigger than any cable network at this time. So like I said, I watch chess videos that get more views than this. I'm watching 3D printing videos where the dude is just talking about like the little articulated thing that he just printed out, getting more views than this, let alone Pokemon crushing this shit. Seabless fucking doing more in an hour than these guys get in a whole week. Like
there's like 4 camera angles. It's like 4 fucking camera angles and a studio,
lighting,
and MacBooks.
Multiple people, a script,
wardrobe. Look at these topics, Colin. Arena Club, one-of-one card machines, and the national.
Graphics.
Oh, wow. Riveting fucking content from the hobby leader, Jeff Wilson. You guys wonder why Pokemon is taking over. Fuck. You wonder why Pokemon is lapping you guys in popularity, in pricing, in interest.
Embarrassing. There's golf guys that are doing big view. You know what I mean? Like there's golf YouTube. The motherfucking golf YouTubers are getting invited to these PGA Tour events, right? And they're turning that shit down. Like it's insane.
Bro, I didn't really, and truth be told, I knew these guys were small fish. We're small fish as well, but I guess Fanatics Fest really accentuated it for me when I saw the Drewskis and the Bradys and the Livy Dunns and the JVs, like millions of impressions. Aiden Ross pulled some kind of 1-on-1 that fucking blew up. Durant was there. I mean, it was just, it looked fun from social media. It looked so much fun. I was like, holy shit, look at all these people, fucking all this shit happening. And the card guys were nowhere to be found. Now, at the National, they'll be a little more prevalent because this is like the old man crickets convention. And so Card Collector 2 might be able to walk around here and get somebody to take a selfie. But so will Backyard Breaks. There'll be as many people taking selfies with Backyard Breaks as there will be Jeff Wilson and Card Collector 2.
And is the National comping your hotel and your travel and your flight and your camera?
Some of these guys can't get boosts because it's all seniority and it's all grandfathered in. And it's a board.
Does the national, I saw my man, Dr. Collectible. I think he's got something going on with the National. So it looks like maybe they're partnering with a couple of people. But my guess is this is not like, life-changing type of sponsorship. Not that you need that, you know what I mean? Not that you need or want that, but it's like, huge fan of Dr. Collectible. Looks like
he's a cool guy. He's a super cool guy.
Looks like he's having fun.
Guy. Yeah, somebody get this guy paid. Come on, big brands. Like, goddamn.
Yeah. We met him at Juan show.
Yeah,
at the Auburn card show.
Yeah.
What about our boy Denny? Did Denny get the hookup at the National? Denny's always looking for that money. If Denny can't get the money, Ryan,
you're concerned?
I'm concerned.
My internet stopped working. I don't know.
Denny's trying to get that paper as he's like these girls out on Fremont Street in Vegas, man. He's trying to get that paper.
Hey, you put in that work, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, I that's not a criticism at all. You know what I mean? But two different ways, like look at Seablaz. Seablaz took some of the knowledge and skill that he gained in sports cards and just did a small pivot to sports betting. And dudes, like there are services, Ryan, on YouTube where they subscribe to his service and then give away his picks. So it's like he's like top 5 known sports bettor in the world.
Never be afraid to leave cards. Never be afraid to pivot off of cards. I learned how to scalp tickets from selling cards on Check Out My Cards, selling like penny cards on Check Out My Cards. That's like literally how I learned it, because I was like, oh yeah, you just buy all this shit and fucking basically resell it on another platform, on the same platform. Buy something, like, reprice it.
Get the fuck out of cards, you know.
Get the fuck out of cards. Pivot off of cards. You went into stocks.
Yeah.
We've seen other guys do some things. Pivot off of cards. If you're burnt out, if you're tired of it. Jeff Wilson wishes he could quit. Guaranteed. This Ty Wilson or whatever, this fucking dumb stick. What did he do? What was his deal? He fucking sent in a rock, or no, a customer of his had to email us and said that he was going to buy a rock autograph that Ty Wilson had gotten fucking a quick opinion on, and it came back fake, and fucking stupid ass Ty Wilson was still going to sell it to him. Oh, we saw from earlier in the show that that's not a problem. So all this shit is fake anyways. The authentication companies don't give two fucks about you. They don't sponsor your content any more than throwing you a $25 promo code. None of y'all are living like fucking Aiden Ross, this 24-year-old kid. The only people with any kind of potential in this industry, in my opinion, Seablaz, SCV, Sports Cards, some of the young guys, some of the people who aren't afraid to fucking say something. Say something.
Yeah.
Say if you see Doug and Teapot, you'll slap him in the fucking face and see how many views that gets you. Now, maybe they'll unfollow you on Instagram. Oh my God, Colin Teapot unfollowed me. Oh my God. What does he make? $20 an hour? What's the minimum wage in Atlanta, Georgia these days? The tech capital of the world, Colin. You know all about the tech world, right? When does Atlanta, Georgia come up in the tech world?
Technically, McDonald's workers make better money.
Is Nvidia in Atlanta, Georgia? Is Google? is Facebook? Taiwan Semiconductor?
Oh man,
Apple?
No.
Was it TikTok now? X?
The last time I checked it, I don't think they're there yet. I don't think there's a lot of tech capital.
Colin, we grew up probably less than 2 hours from where those companies were founded. But the whole hobby got fooled by this fucking tech investor. This tech investor from Georgia.
Motherfuckers bought into that. I remember
fucking losers.
That's what people remember, because we altered their reality. Their reality was they believed everything that came out of Jeff Wilson's mouth. And then for like a 2-week period of time, we altered your reality. And we said, we did 30 minutes of internet research and realized this guy is not a tech investor. He has no
His wife is, maybe. His wife
is the only successful person. He is burning through her money working on these, quote, passion projects. And maybe he's been smart and invested that money in some other ways. Who knows? But seems to me, if you were great at investing, you wouldn't be sitting around with Dick, Dan, and Teapot talking about fucking slapbacks.
Getting no views.
Getting no views.
No fucking views.
No views. The fuck you doing this shit for?
A-Rod got to come on your shit to get fucking a nickel.
And how much did you have to pay to A-Rod to do that? And the thumbnail and the edits and the 4 videos and the sound checks and all that shit. Fuck. That video just covered the fucking last, video's editing fee.
Well, imagine if you had to pay A-Rod to come on a video. That wouldn't 200K views ain't gonna pay for it.
It ain't paying for it.
A-Rod's time's more valuable.
He came on your video, but he didn't invest in Courage HQ. So what is
Oh, he ain't stupid.
No, he ain't. Although he tried to buy Panini for $3 billion. So luckily he didn't do that.
Fair enough. I got the girlfriend coming over at 8. So we've got.
Okay. Well, you want to drop a chat link, Ryan? Do you want to drop a?
Well, you want to go over
I don't want my ass kissed. I don't want my ass kissed. And I also don't want people to come over here and promote anything. I do not. We have 800 people watching. They're not going to fucking come on this stream and promote some bullshit that I'm not getting paid for. Period.
Well, we can have. Don't you have the? Wasn't there a way to like
start comments? We can go over.
And I don't want my ass kissed. I don't want my ass kissed. I don't want my fucking ass kissed.
Okay. Fuck I don't know what's wrong with my computer. Can somebody go through the comments then?
Tim, put them up.
I got you.
Let me take it 5 seconds.
Okay.
I'll go through these. Yep.
I can't go. Can you go through them on your side? I don't know what the fuck's wrong with my shit. I'm on like a weird monitor.
Okay. Blaze blew up at the WSOP.
Yes, Blaz, baby, our boy Blaz. I'll be texting him in 2 days. Be throwing the bets down. I know that, and people are like making fun of him. Oh, is this service worth it? Fuck yeah, it's worth it. Fuck yeah.
How did he blow up at WSOP?
He came in, I think 400th or something out of like whatever 10,000. I think Mizraki won it for 10 million, but I think he the buy-in's 10 grand. I think he cashed out for like 20 or 30 or something like that. So I think this is like his first real poker tournament and he cashed. So living with LT saying, hey, I can read them, but I just can't click through them.
Yeah.
AIH is a beta. She blocks people now, including me. I mean, I like AI. I like living with LT. I like AI sports too. So I guess I got to be neutral on that one. Grim, how do you fit months worth of scandals into one show? We're doing our best here. We're doing our best. Just like Ryan's trying to fit the trying to split the 27-year-old. But that's pretty tight. Got to fit it in.
Oh,
boy.
you wouldn't believe that, boy.
Card Radio. Yeah, we were on a documentary on Prime Video. That's right. Forgot about that.
Now, where's the check?
We were on a. You remember that?
Yeah,
the check. Yeah, I don't think we were on
that. That's why I ain't doing shit unless there's a check.
Well, no, we were in this documentary.
I ain't never doing another one unless I get a check.
You ain't never doing another one until you
ain't never doing another one unless I get a check.
The rest of the guys would have put that all over their Instagram and their feed, and that would have been like the highlight of their life.
I ain't even seen it. I've never even seen it.
I never saw it either.
I've never seen it. I
didn't even know that was a thing.
I know. We were literally in a sports car documentary, and I literally haven't watched it. That is a serious thing. I have not even sat down and watched it.
Put me up to a lie detector. Dead ass. I've not seen it.
I did see the trailer where I think there's one spot of me saying something.
Yeah, I did see that.
Remember what I said? We are in the trailer, and I think there's some like on IMDb, like we got sent this stuff to like promote it or whatever, and we did that just because the guy seems like a nice guy that was like doing the movie or whatever. But I have not seen this. It is on Prime. I don't even remember what it's called. But we are in a documentary about sports cards. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's about. I don't remember what we said. I do remember going to San Diego. We may or may not be able to say what happened in San Diego. Ricky up 290 on Bitcoin. Ryan, he could spot the 10 spot and have you do a week's worth of videos.
Yo, there's the leverage Bitcoin shit too, bro. Like I'm telling you, this leverage shit is like drugs. This shit is drugs for me.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I'll tell you good ones after.
All right, send me some pics. Yeah, I'm down for. I got money, so I fucking
the meme stuff. Yeah, send the meme stuff. I'm not into the like. I don't have time to look into the meme stuff, but obviously I have appreciation for it.
Send it.
I do mostly the ETF stuff.
Oh, okay.
Stuff, so I'll send
okay.
those.
Well, I'll take it. I'll take it. What's up, guys? The hobby's has always been a haven for thieves, con artists, degenerates, gamblers, and drug addicts. There's no doubt about that. Although Ryan, when you do show up at these, the Elk Grove card show on a random Saturday, there's dads and there's kids and there's there's like girls.
That's what, Colin, how do these guys not get more views? When we were at this show, I could have scalped parking for probably like 50 a car. Honest to God, if I had 20 spots, I could have scalped it for 50 a car. And the place was packed, and you can't get in the middle of fucking nowhere. This place was packed. Like, and both rooms we're probably talking about 6,000 square feet each. Could be a little more, a little less, but it was at least 10,000, 15,000 square foot of show floor, and it was packed. To where I could have scalped parking.
You couldn't even leave your table as a dealer because there were so many people. Like you were like us.
How are they not garnering more attention with their content? It's embarrassing.
I don't think they're good at. I don't think they're good at it.
Fuck, it's embarrassing.
Xmas in July, and all the autos under the tree are fake. Yep.
Stop buying this shit.
That is That
Will
is
anybody
correct.
else tell you that? Stop buying this shit. Cold turkey. Stop buying cards. Stop buying autographs. Period.
Yep.
You could still watch the videos and you could still thumbnail Jeff and fucking whatever, jerk off
yeah.
teapot, but stop. That's my advice. Stop. Cold turkey. Stop.
Terrible investment.
Sell everything. Sell everything now. Nobody else will tell you that. So there you go. There's a take.
This Cardboard Life PSA authenticated
man.
a fake auto card. There it is. His stuff always comes up on my IG feed.
He getting all kind of drama, boy.
Yes, it's
Man.
hard for me to keep up with the Instagram drama. I have a 5-minute limit there, and I don't know if you got that. I sent you a message, Ryan, of a profile. I don't know if you're following that, but that takes up about 2 minutes of my Instagram time, and then after that, I don't got a lot of other time to spend over there.
The man.
John Pork with the 5. He says, "Hey guys, I'm glad you're back. Since you've been gone, I sold my whole collection and put the money into high yield savings account." Well, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. There it is, earning 4.5%.
Yeah, that's fucking bank. I'd rather do that and just sit and watch the money come in than fucking have to grind and get chopped off or sell it to a repacker.
Or you just have no one to sell to. No liquidity.
And what's nice is it's like Oracle or whatever was one of our recommendations a few months ago. Oracle's up like 50 or 60% since then. You don't have to sell it all, right? So when you buy that Mickey Mantle and it's the Mickey Mantle, you can't sell half of the Mickey Mantle. You had to buy like 5 of them, then you could sell one. So it's so much easier in the stock market where it's like, I bought 15 shares of Oracle or whatever. I can sell 10 shares or 5 shares. It goes up. And you can get some liquidity, take that money out, go do what you want with it. In the sports card game, you just get locked in.
Yeah.
You just get locked in.
Lock your money. It sucks.
Sucks. Zeke used a CT scanner to find a box that has a fake auto and a fake patch, and he cleaned it with Kurt's juice, and now he's sending it to PSA for grading.
That's the game.
Describe the hobby any better. That's the hobby right there.
That's the game.
Got the CT scanner and
He got charged all along the way. He got charged for the CT scan, got charged for the Kurtz juice, got charged for the submission. These people in the hobby don't care about you. They just need you to send in cards and autographs for an opinion. Nobody else in the hobby world will probably tell you that. So there you go.
I don't know if Rick is talking about your Jaguars, but damn, he was buying beers at 14 with that mug. I don't know if that was your Jaguars. With you,
the ticket fit.
In fair, I mean, this is a long time ago.
Yeah, that one.
I mean, we could zoom in on the dates on those tickets, and that's going to be a long. First of all, the price, man, I should have kept those. I swear to God, those are actually good seats. But your boy's been flexing the tickets a long motherfucking time. So thank God COVID's over. Thank God that's in the rearview mirror. Had my second biggest week of all time, and actually was at the card show with you Saturday, and then drove to Vegas on Sunday because I knew in a couple weeks I'm about to go back to back and probably have my biggest weeks ever. And so,
what's a big week?
Good
to hear it. Yeah, what's
a big week? You can say revenue. You don't have to say profit.
Or range or percentage.
I'll give you the profit margin. I showed you it was 40% profit margin. So if you're selling hundreds, if not thousands of tickets and you're making 40% a fucking pop, and these things are $100 to $200 each. Yeah. 4th of July baseball is great. People don't realize that. When do people go to games? Opening day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July. And so you get a lot of casuals who come out for the fireworks show on Saturday. So that'll open up the whole schedule for you. Fireworks show in fucking any Timbuktu city, that place might be sold out on 4th of July. So you've got 30, 40,000 tickets to how many baseball games are a day? 15 games at your fucking oyster. 40% margin. If anybody makes more in sports cards than what I did, I'll show you the fucking spreadsheet. Well,
I can vouch. I'm essentially the CFO of the business, and it is as lucrative of, I would say, you're selling a digital product, but it's kind of physical as well. It's about as lucrative as it gets.
No employees.
It's very quick.
Solo.
Yeah, it's very quick. Yeah.
And the cash is in your pocket. the next week. So the
Yeah.
games happen, and then 3 days later, you get all the money, and I don't have to run to Dallas to buy more inventory. I don't have to run to this card show or
You get a
if-
payday.
If these sports card dorks know how to scalp tickets, they never waste their time with sports cards ever again.
Never do it again. Never.
The
do it
margin
again.
is so much higher. The competition just. But go
Yeah.
ahead and play with your little pictures of men. I'm gonna for 2 decades I've been.
Yeah.
I think
Thanks,
if you
COVID.
need pictures of men, you need to go to Stone Chase.
That's you're damn
And I
right.
know he and his brother are.
Talk about guys who kill it though. There was a line at these motherfuckers' tables to sell them shit and to buy shit.
Yeah.
Line,
got a lot of
like a
stuff.
line waiting.
Yeah. They're trying to build up their business, and they've been doing it a long time, and love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. 10 days in Vegas, Ryan. What do you think?
That's too long. Woo. I mean, I spent 5 months. So
What if
on
you got the
Strip.
penthouse? What if you got a penthouse at Vidara?
I don't like being
it's
in a
pool
hotel
and
for
it's
that
pool
long.
season.
I still don't like being in a hotel that long.
All right.
And Vegas sucks. Vegas sucks. The
Yeah.
girls there
Vegas
suck.
isn't what it used to be.
Nah, the girls there suck.
The food's
The
good. I mean,
local
if you go there
stuff-
for the girls and stuff like that, I don't think it's great, but like the food is really good. I
food
do
is good,
enjoy
yeah.
I do enjoy the food.
And the spas.
The spa, the pool, the atmosphere. I agree. 10 days is that's a stretch. 2 days.
There's not one place I'd want to be
No.
for 10 days. No, I'd just come to Arizona or I'd drive back to California. There ain't no reason to be, unless I mean, obviously you're on business, then you got to do what you got to do.
Business or family or something.
Maybe Summer League. Maybe this is NBA Summer League for which
Summer
would be
League,
a good
maybe.
time to be down there. Summer League would be a great time to be down there. That's actually a lot of fun because you literally walk around and you see NBA. You got to be
You
at the
see
nice
the NBA
hotels.
players.
You see him at
Yeah.
the Wynn. You see him at Aria. You see him at Vidara. I mean, I've seen LeBron. I've got pictures of LeBron outside
Yeah.
Aria. DeMarcus
You saw
Cousins,
everybody.
Harden, everybody. You see Embiid. You literally like walking right next to these guys
Everybody.
in the casino. It's awesome. Yeah,
Unless you
Summer
staying
League,
at like Excalibur or something.
right? Summer League's awesome to go. So maybe he's down there for Summer League because that's about.
Yeah.
I think it lasts about 10 days.
That is cool.
That'd be fun. Yeah. Summer
Apparently,
League.
there's an absolute scam and money laundering fraud going on at VFriends right now, Ryan. Would you believe that Gary Vee is running a pump and dump operation over at in the sports card world?
Oh, yeah. Gary Vee came out with his VFriend products and all these fucking dorks ran to interview him. How many fucking
Yeah.
interviews did we have to fucking hear, you fucking losers? Fucking A. VFriends? Is that what the fuck
The
is that?
biggest pump
Does
and
anybody
dump.
have
It
a
was
critical
terrible.
take on VFriends? Did anybody have a take where it's like, what is VFriends?
Yeah. Are these sales real? Are
No
we,
one
what are we,
questioned it.
is what we've seen real?
Like nobody had a critical take on VFriends? You know, it's literally wow.
This guy came and pumped and dumped the hobby. He kind of disappeared for a few years and then he comes back with his own IP.
Yeah.
And then you dorks give him a platform? Really?
And what is this? What is this stuff?
Why? These get 100 views. I know I can beat 100 views. I could probably eat breakfast and get 100 views.
Someone spots you 1,000 ball in the. I mean, what is VFriends? What is it?
I don't know. I
Is it
think
a
it was
game?
like
Is
it was a card collection thing. It's supposed to be like Pokemon, but with his own like characters. But it's very low effort. There wasn't like the initial. Everything was just very low effort. But
Like,
it was
is
just
this
a
for
money grab.
kids? Is it for
Look at that! Look
adults?
at these fucking cards.
What is this?
Dog, your kid makes better shit than this.
This probably was just kid submissions, and he just printed it.
What is this?
He didn't even have to do any work.
Dog, he did like 20 interviews with all these dorks. Be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, come on.
They might have like NFT something connected to them, but I'm not 100% on that.
Dude, talk about no views. Yeah, this shit was shill bid for sure. Yeah, like this is not
is-
like
This is
This is
worse
not
effort
popular.
than Beanie Babies, and that was in the 90s.
or the company is putting money buying back cards. I think that happens a lot with that Josh Luber shit.
Yeah.
They'll actually get on there, especially during release day, and kind of hype it to sell out all the product. You guys think it's hot, think it's hot, think it's hot. Now go try to sell your VFriend shit. That's not like fucking ultra
Same
rare.
thing happened at Tops Now and all that, or the Tops 2020 and shit like that. I guarantee you, there were people in there pumping it,
Pumping
and
it.
then it's a pump and dump. It's just a pump and dump.
But we can't talk about that, Colin, because it's negative, and we better stick to
Yeah.
the fucking Jeff Wilson script,
can't say
fucking
that,
whatever.
Yeah.
I called it out when they released it. I was like, it doesn't even make sense.
The hottest sports cards, Colin. Aren't you excited to watch this? Boy, what riveting fucking content.
Fucking God.
The collective IQ of the people who watch that has got to be fucking like 35.
Mike Clitoris.
There we go. I got to watch out for that one.
$5. Christine still pissed you dipped and left her with Tim. No, Christine is running the eBay store on Sports Card Radio now. Doing a great job. So she's not pissed. She's fully employed by Sports Card Radio, running the store.
She's doing Ryan's system or what? Or she is?
Mike Petty, can you guys please monetize the show and get sponsors? Keep it to 1 hour. What the fuck? Javi misses you guys. No, I think we do one show every 6 months. It could be 2-3 hours. No, here's the deal: is the sponsor, like,
we were sponsored. That's the thing, guys. I make a 40% margin. Colin, you have guys handing you money to make stocks picks. Tim can pick these fucking Bitcoin winners like it's nobody's business. Like, hey, if somebody wants to sponsor me 10 racks to make 3 videos, sure.
Right.
Nobody's doing that.
I think our price is
too high. It's too high for our time. No, it's way too high.
The market is willing to pay, and it's not the market's fault. And I wouldn't say it's our fault either. It's just our time has become, we stopped this and we were like,
it wasn't worth our time.
Yeah. We were like, hey, Ryan could go back to selling tickets. I was launching a business and we were like, I think that's probably going to do well. And it has, you know what I mean? Like, we're not back here today because things haven't been going well. And we appreciate people wanting to watch and people wanting us to do more of these. Like Ryan said, like, I can only speak for myself, is I have a lot of people paying to hear my opinion about the stock market. And it's enough money to where that's all I don't even do a lot of free content anymore in the investing world.
Well, you're hitting 60% winners, dog. What do you need to fucking, you hitting 60%
yeah,
winners.
And I mean, it's been a good market or whatever, but it's like, it dated back. Really, it went back to my job. My name got exposed to about 500,000 people. And I did a very good job. It was a hot market, but I could have not invested. I could have shorted the market. I could have done anything. I just happened to go all in on AI and semiconductors. And this was 2 or 3 years ago. So it's like, yeah, those people found me. And those people came and found me. And I had a YouTube audience and some of them have come along too. So, this is just an alternative reality for us. Like, Sports Card Radio is like an alternative reality that we can show up with every 6 months. And then we go back to living, the reality is, not bad.
I never would have came every day. You had to convince me to come back and make sports card content. I never would have came back unless COVID happened and wiped me out of business completely. And I was literally broke. And really nothing to do because my skill set is flipping. My skill set is fucking turning shit over. So if it's not 3-day growth product on Amazon, if it's not sports tickets, then I'm useless. I don't have a wide skill set here. And so, yeah, you kind of learned, you were killing it on that investor thing. And you were like, yo, let's make some sports card videos. And I bet you remember, I was like, nah, I was like, I'm good. I was like, nah, I'm good. But then I think you made a couple, and then that kind of, I was like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna watch the one I make. I'm gonna fucking dunk on these guys too. You would like dunk on these guys, and I'd be like, oh, that guy looks fun. Let me fucking dunk on these motherfuckers. And so that's kind of what it was. It was kind of a transition where I was kind of waiting for live events to bounce back and get my motivation back to do it and to work. And
I brought you. I think I'll take credit for bringing you off the bench for the tickets too.
Well, yeah, because you quote unquote lost your job. Then you fucking went right back into fucking selling tickets. You were crushing it, and then I was like, uh-oh, Michael Jordan. What do I tell you every time I call you? I'm like, did Michael Jordan? Did the caller ID say Michael Jordan? Because that's how I fucking feel right now. Because god damn, if I'm making this much on baseball, wait till
I'm Scotty Pippen at ticket selling, and you're Michael Jordan, and you're back. I'm telling you, you're fucking back. You're fully back. It's fantastic. Welcome back.
What I love to do. I mean, I have a picture from 20 years ago, literally 20 years ago of me holding up some Jacksonville fucking Jaguars tickets. I cannot find a picture of me holding up a sports card. Okay.
That's probably a good thing.
This is all fun and games, but y'all go over to your little passion project, Jeff Wilson, and watch him and let me know if this is fucking entertaining, fucking riveting fucking television here. 3 hours on this video. God damn, does this dude value his time? This dude wishes he could quit. This dude wishes he could fucking quit. Bet.
I don't know.
Bet he wishes he could quit.
Maybe
He envies us, I bet.
This is his, this is what he's always dreamed of doing.
Well, he's always pivot. He's had to pivot because he can't find like that big success, right?
This is what he's found. He's pivoted into this, though.
Well, it was I was an investor, then I was a fucking content creator, then I was, I guess, a card shop owner, and then I guess I'm a market movers, and then I invest in dibs and stand-up displays, and then I guess I'm a tech investor from Atlanta. This guy pivots, but you can't actually like point to like one big huge success. I don't know. I feel sorry for the guy. I think he should actually quit and then like pivot to something else. Like quit sports cards. Quit sports cards.
How can you quit when you have a 15,000 square foot?
That's why he wishes. That's why he wishes he could quit. That's why he keeps pivoting, because he keeps chasing this success that's just not there. He's too naive.
Maybe
to know about
the dynamic, Ryan, is I don't know the dynamic, but it's like his wife is really successful, and so maybe he feels inferior. Maybe there's some family dynamic where her parents or something like look upon him, and he's like,
well, no,
our daughter
that was the one. That was the one good video a sports car dad did, is when he interviewed Jeff and he said he got beat up in high school. And so he had this chip on his shoulder.
That's what he said.
Yeah. And then he never really had a success. Again, no offense to the guy, but business, it's a scoreboard. This guy's never really had like some big, huge success in business. Like, period. Especially with the way he's talked himself up, that he's this fucking tech investor.
He actually did have success in extracting PPP money.
Well, there you go. Yeah, maybe he's good at that. And then that business has gone away, and nobody even questioned that business just. I remember, Colin, it was those dorks on the podcast that said, "Oh, they are separate businesses, and those guys don't know about businesses." And then Jeff did a video where he talked about the 20 people from 352 that worked on Sports Card Investor. And this guy was going to sue us? No, guys, it's the other way around. I'll sue those motherfuckers. Take that to the bank.
Yeah, didn't he say the Rolexes were fake and then he got the receipts for him?
That's a lie. He's lying. He said you lost your job. How do you lose a job and get fucking like a fucking $1 million? And then get to keep a YouTube channel that they gave you like fucking a quarter stack on.
His whole persona is built on lies, so it's not surprising.
It was a great year. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You wouldn't call
if I had been hurt financially, we could sue him.
You wouldn't call Sports Card Investor a success?
Colin, dude, I could do 4 videos and get more views than him. Is that a success? That should be embarrassing.
It maybe just
embarrassing.
Means the bar. Maybe he's kind of taking the sports card dad and Neo route, where it's like, I don't have to do good topics because I'll get the most views, and it's kind of like in the world of sports cards, he's near the top.
Why do you have 20 employees? Why do you have all this? Why is it this overhead? Why all this overhead? Just cut all those people out, keep all the money yourself, set up an iPhone, run a take, get 12,000 views, get Arena Club to sponsor it, or PWCC or whoever the fuck.
How much do you think Ali is making sitting there?
None. He doesn't even own Cards HQ, from what we've been told. Like, that's the funny thing. He doesn't even own Cards HQ.
Then what is he doing there?
He could shut us up instantly if he just showed us his books and saying, look this is how much the business makes. But
why would I believe him? This guy lies out of his fucking mouth.
Exactly.
I wouldn't believe a word this fucker says.
Still, like, that would be a way.
Do you
But he
think
would
it would
never do
break
that.
the internet if we ever had an interview with Jeff, or like it was like the the two
What
the
would we
clash?
talk about? Like what would we talk about? What would
I
we
mean, I
talk
would go
about?
right in. I mean, I think the first topic we talk about is PPP. We would talk about what it's like actually investing in tech in Atlanta. Talk about
Right,
his
what
wife.
were his tech
tour.
investments? That's what I want to
Yeah.
know. What were his tech investments?
Yeah.
He told everybody for 3 years and everybody fucking bought it. I don't know if that's an indictment on him or the fucking audience that is so fucking stupid. And these gullible people with these autographs, you guys are just so fucking stupid. This content is for like 3-year-olds.
I met him
Yeah.
at Denver Card Show, and he, you know how you can generally tell if someone, is kind of a smart person, or they're with it, or they have a good head on their shoulder. Like Jeff was basically like deers in a headlight when I'm trying to have a conversation with him.
Well, he's not exceptionally bright. Like Will Greer is a better investment than fucking Kyler Murray because of 538 data or whatever the fuck he was reading off of. And the guy was a fucking moron. Moronic sports card takes for like years. Then he's pivoted his business like 8 different times. Market movers, dibs, fucking card shop, investor, collector.
352.
352. Well, just within the card space, he keeps pivoting. One card shop. Now I'm going to make more card shops.
Is that
I'm
the
gonna get
plan
into
to open
breaking.
more?
Why hasn't it happened? If the money was flowing in, guys, retail space is fucking prevalent everywhere.
Weren't
Like,
they supposed to be selling cards
cheap.
out of the aisle? Like they had these carts that had like cameras and lights on them, and they were supposed to be selling.
nobody
He said he spent
criticizes
like
the guy.
$10,000 on these things.
Nobody criticizes the guy, so we don't. That doesn't get brought back up to be like, wait a minute, year and a half in, we don't hear a lot of. Maybe it's the social media team just doesn't do a very good job promoting that shop. He's not selling from the aisles. There aren't people like breaking cards all the time in their little breaker cabana or thing, or it's just a card shop, just a big card shop. Maybe it makes a little bit of money, but meh.
The cabanas are probably gone.
Where's Allie hanging out?
There's only like probably one. They used to have like a whole section.
I thought they had a YouTube channel. I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know. I don't know even where is she at home or is she at Cards HQ? I have no idea.
I don't know.
I mean, they spent all this money on these chairs and all this shit. I would just fire everybody and just be like Mojo Sports Autographs and just fucking sell on Whatnot solo, one-man band. What do you need all
Off
these
this
people
floor.
for? Yeah, what do you need all this shit? What do you need Teapot and Doug? What the fuck do those guys do? What do they do? Like what seriously, like what
They're
do they
yes
do?
men. Jeff needs yes men in his life because he doesn't know what he's doing.
There's
This
their
boy
channel right
wishes he
there.
could quit. This boy wishes he could quit.
If you
Right
scroll down, the channel's right there. Scroll down.
Oh, right here. It's got 2,000 subscribers, Colin. Is that good?
How many? He's got one video.
2,000? I don't know. I don't know how that
Is
works.
that the right
Why-
one?
I don't know. Maybe the fake
Did
one
they
got
go live?
2,000.
Is that a fake one? What's
Break,
the other one?
Breaker Arena. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
They're live now.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, we're live. We're live.
One watching.
go.
We're the only ones
Let's
watching.
go. Where's these cards? There must be cards being opened.
We
I
should
guess
buy
not.
something. We should
It's
buy a break.
Thursday. Kids are out of school. All-Star game in Atlanta. Where's all the people? Where's the hype? Where's the
Look, every single stream video thing is also empty on every single
they get like 30 views on this, Colin. Is that good? What do you think about sub 100 view videos? Like where does that rank in the YouTube sphere? I'm a ticket scalper. I should be thrown in jail practically, but is 100 views good on YouTube? What is that? Is that good?
I mean,
7 hours. You do a 8-hour video and it gets 44
See how
views.
many
Is that good?
breaks they did in that 7 hours or 10 hours or whatever.
It's probably some little kids opening like some $9 Pokemon packs that they got on
It's
their
just they
lounge.
open. Oh, it's not even you can even buy on there, right? You just go over there to open the packs on stream.
I mean, I assume at some point
Yes.
somebody. Here we go. We got some. We might not be able to
Okay, so
age inappropriate, but
see?
So there is a little bit of
Pokemon. There was one customer opening over there.
looks like maybe 2. There's somebody here, father son, maybe 2 hours in.
Looks like he's
and
making
then-
tens of dollars.
Yeah.
What do you need a 14,000 square foot store for all this bullshit? You got 2 people on
No.
4 hours that come on and break cards on some $9 Pokemon cards.
Did they even have a food cafe there? Like little. That's what would make
You
money
probably-
if they had that.
You probably can't sell food because of like legally, but and then within
Like
the building,
snacks
there's,
or cafe.
yeah, but is that going to be millions? Like we're talking
No,
about fucking
of course
Aiden
not,
Ross
but
money.
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
This is
It's
embarrassing.
not the way to make money.
This is embarrassing. Colin, he gets hundreds of views.
Wasn't this supposed to revolutionize retail?
People were supposed to study this. He said people were going to study Cards HQ and the way they've revolutionized retail. Is he big on Whatnot? Is he like fucking the top dog on
don't know.
Whatnot? I haven't
Maybe
heard
it's-
about that.
Maybe it's Whatnot. Maybe it's Whatnot.
Is that where you got to go to see if
Maybe
he's
that's-
had success? These views are these videos are getting tens of views, Colin.
Damn, it's fantastic.
Tens of views. This is what was supposed to revolutionize.
Well, we've
the
got
sports market.
10 minutes left here.
Yeah, I got to get going.
You've got to get going. Stone Chase, $10.
Let me send you the. Let me
Aiden
just
Ross.
get your. Can I just get your reaction to what I'm working with here? I'm gonna keep talking.
Everything SCR said about Fanatics has come true. All the influencers have become employees. Fanatics even opened up their own card shop. Yeah, they got their own supplies now. All the distribution is going to flow primarily through, or it already is, but most of it is obviously flowing through them. They're making you break a lot of times on Fanatics Live. You know, they own you. They own you.
They own you.
That's why I would not want to open up a card shop. Do you realize the celebs at Fanatics Fest were paid? They don't give up
Yes.
about cards. Santiago made videos showing Jeff his 1 of 1, and Jeff couldn't care less.
Golf.
Goff.
It's embarrassing. These other influencers are embarrassing. The amount of time and effort they're putting into this. And Aiden Ross has a $26 million house and you get 26 views. Fuck.
Alex G got robbed.
Uh-oh.
I did not know that.
That's not good. That is not good. We needed to be there.
I heard it was her
defending that.
phone.
Her
We
phone
need
got
Like
robbed.
started a GoFundMe. To
Man,
fund
Colin, you
herself.
needed to be there. You would have put that to rest real quick. You would have had that situation solved.
How do we donate to our phone? How do we buy our phone?
Yeah,
I don't know.
let's put
Text
together.
her.
Yeah.
Oh, you
let's
can't.
go.
What's that?
I said we can text her, but then I was like, oh, we can't.
Yeah. How do we get the iPhone back? Let's pay for the iPhone.
I know. How do I donate to our GoFundMe? Where do I? Is that on our
Oh,
I
Instagram?
don't know. Someone, I don't know where it's at. But
Ooh, oh my
someone
God.
said it in
Link.
chat.
Whoa. Your 5 minute limit about to come up real quick.
Notice what comes up right on the top of my Instagram. They know the algorithms got me. They know
Car
what I
Collector 2
stop
don't
on.
show up. God
They
dang.
know what I'm stopping
You
on, guys.
nigga.
Man.
Holy mother of sweet things. Good Lord. I may or may not have sent some DMs to that a few times.
Oh boy.
So don't get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
I know.
Watch it
Very
now.
much.
You want to stay married now.
It's-
That's the key. Don't not only get married, but you gotta stay married.
How do I donate to the GoFundMe? I don't know how to. I don't know if I see it. I don't know. I don't know if Alex is watching. You can send a link to the GoFundMe.
Send a
I'll put
link.
some money into that. Tom Brady is pumping and dumping the hobby. Of course he is. They see a mark. That's what they see. They see a bunch of marks. They're like, oh, look at this Jeff Wilson guy. He's out here, passion project. We can control the allocation to him.
Man, this is
We'll
embarrassing.
just do a little carrot in front of him.
Are they breaking
He
shit?
revolutionizing. He thinking he's revolutionizing retail, and we robbing him blind. Excitement is
Man, this is
palatable. That's right. When I opened up Instagram and I saw Sarah breaking the cards, guys, I got excited. I'm not gonna lie.
Blood
Yes,
pressure went up.
Can we go back to that?
There it is.
Ryan, instead of Cards HQ, can you bring up Instagram? Is that possible?
I don't know. It wasn't fucking Meta sucks, dude.
Meta sucks. They make you sign in and shit.
What's her name?
Sarah
Backyard
Rips.
Sarah?
Sarah.
Oh, Sarah Rips.
Sarah Rips.
Damn, you could tell I fucking damn.
It's been a while.
A minute.
No, it's got to be Instagram.
Oh yeah. By the way, the whole Dallas Card Show thing was fake.
Dallas Card
That
Show
was all. That was all fraud. That was all fraud. And you know what these guys do? So like, Rothcards had a 52 mantle that he knew was fake, right? And so what they do is they sell it to somebody else who then goes and runs the insurance fraud on PSA or whatever.
I
They like
see.
run the comps up and run the insurance fraud. But the whole Dallas Card Show thing was fake. He was confronted about it. He was shown a card that he was selling that was one of the ones that was stolen. It was just now reholder. That whole thing was fake. All you guys who did the Dallas Card Show content, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. Ashamed of your fucking self, honestly. This was like the story that just came out today. This was a huge story, and all these dorks ran and be like, we got to get these cards back. It was all fake, guys. They got all those cards, cracked them out, reholder, resell them, or get the insurance money. Rothcards is friends with the guy who committed
Times
the
are tight.
fraud.
Times are
But
tight.
go ahead, guys. Do your little top 5 or whatever the fucking things you guys do. V friends. Go interview Gary V at the National, you fucking losers. And go say Backyard Breaks was just joking about a 15-year-old. You fucking sickos. Just joking. You guys should be a fucking ashamed of yourselves who said, is that how you guys joke? That you see a little 15-year-old and then you start making comments about her? You guys are fucking sick. And I could post a little highlight clip of you guys kind of defending it. Oh, he was joking. Fucking make a comment about a fucking 15-year-old in front of me and see what fucking happens. Anyways, I got like 2 minutes. I got to go.
King of Cards on the CC2 podcast. I don't watch CC2's podcast, but I'm sure it's absolutely riveting.
Just a
Where's
bunch of
Christine?
losers.
Christine is running the eBay store. Ryan, we're looking great off of Zempic. He needs it. Pushing 290.
I got a
fantastic.
27-year-old girlfriend. I got to fucking stay in shape somehow, guys. Fuck me. I'm 43. I'm washed.
Gross quotes by Collect guy who killed himself. Body warm and Collect Rovell lets anonymous deal criticize him for saying trying to impress people by suicide. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. Hope I pray for his family. We need a quick update on Tim's love life. Tim,
Hit it,
doing with that?
Tim.
No love life. Well, I guess kind of see in here and there, but
You just sent a pic
more
of something,
focused
dog.
on-
What was that? Are we
can
in
show
that
it.
or like, damn, dog? The shit
yeah,
you
you can
sent
see
is
it. I have some pieces, but I'm more
damn.
focused on growing that money.
Okay, let's go. Send me the pics, dog. Send me them crypto pics, dog. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Tim potentially being in an adult film.
Porno Dan?
Yeah,
Porno
we could.
Dan?
I mean,
We could probably make that happen. It sounds like
probably sounds like it. My clitoris, another 10. The hardest pill to ever swallow is realizing your sports cards are fake.
Yep.
Paid by entertainment supercomputers decide W's on parlay. Sorry, guys, but sanity clause. The news and the wealthier, possibly fake too. Yeah. And the weather. Yeah. Everything.
Shout out
It's a
Porno Dan,
simulation,
baby.
guys.
Porno Dan.
Porno Dan's great.
Porno Dan's the fucking man.
Epic. Just
Can't believe
epic.
that.
It's fantastic. Well,
Porno
guys,
Dan, buddy.
Ryan, you've got a 27-year-old
Yep.
to do some things with. I'm not exactly sure what you do with 27-year-olds, but I can imagine it doesn't involve playing with pictures of men and opening V friends. So
That's
we will end
accurate.
the show, folks. That was the Sports Card Radio live stream. This was a one night only affair until next time, which might be in Las Vegas in January. which will probably at the pace we're on, that's probably about when we'll come back.
When football
appreciate
season's
all the
over.
support.
Yeah, when the ticket money's not any good. Then
Yeah,
we'll come
probably
back.
January. I mean, I'm going back to CES in January, so I'm sure you'll want to come for that.
Absolutely.
That wraps it up on today's show. Wrap it up and check out the Sports Card Radio inspired adult film. That's Immoral Productions, I believe.
Yep.
I'm sure you can go to whatever websites have that type of thing.
They're holding
There it
baseball
is.
cards in a porno shoot, guys.
What do you
Sports Card
think-
Radio.
What do you think of what do you think of the star there? I thought, at least from that photo, not
They're
bad.
holding cards, guys.
Maybe Sarah
Not
Ricks
bad.
can replace her.
There you
Oh,
go.
Sarah. I mean, don't get me started on that.
You're gonna get divorced here in a minute, dog. You're gonna have a lot more time on your hands.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Man,
Thank
keep
you,
saying
Stone
that.
Chase. Appreciate it.
Stone
Folks, that
Chaser,
wraps
man.
it up for today. We'll be back some other time, some other place. Wrap it up. We're out of here.
Which one are you gonna play?
A lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3. But Geoff got it all, getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we're talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cardstock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt. Cause the market's down and you're clown, it's all your fault. You ruined the hobby I love with the bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff
Alex, when you get your phone back, call. We'll tell
Yo.
you.
Did you dip me? I don't think you
My new
dipped me
job,
out.
dog, right
What
here.
you talking about? I don't think you did. It was just shake shit like a GOBs, like it's wholesale thing with the mid-FTs. Taking money from the people that pay. Most them are broke, but that's okay. He's getting money, even better tax-free. Loving all stimulus for PPP. You ruined the hobby I love.
You guys are watching Jeff Wilson.
Jeff
Sarah Ricks here with an absolute
Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love. But you bullshit, Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson.
Rum lesson.
I'm gonna be in Pearl Jam, dog.
Jeff Wilson.
A year of drum lessons, dog. I'm gonna be a motherfucking Pearl Jam.
Jeff Wilson.
You ain't doing shit.
Jeff
All right, guys.
Wilson.
See you next time.
My new
Thanks.
job. My new job here in a year. Pearl
See
Jam.